forgot you always found time for me. I can't believe I'm never gonna speak to you again. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother. What is this, Danny? I found it. Will I be pretty? Will I be? Here's what she said to me.
I had the most beautiful dream. It was the perfect day. And all I could think about was how much I wanted to cut you all open and then climb inside your bodies so that we could stay one happy family.
It's me.
Don't let it take my babies.
This is what happened to Paul. It happened to us.
This evil creates terror through total chaos.
Open up now.
You don't look so good, Mom.
Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
I'm getting this out of here.
You'd be a good mom someday, Honeybath.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know how to lie to kids.
The future's not our life's Will I be pretty?
Estrada.
Will I be rich? What will be, will be.
Mom?
Mommy's with the maggots now.
What will be, will be.
Eeny, meeny, miny. You.
Bro, who can't wait for that movie? I was like,
that's a hell of a new intro.
yeah, I was just like, I've
What's
been
up,
fucking,
Lemon Pie?
I've been fucking like threatened every time I put that up. They're like, well, because of copyright law, someone's gonna try to monetize your stream. I said, good fucking luck with that one. I'll just keep on showing it. So, what's up? We're here. I don't know who will possibly show up. How many people we have?
Nobody will show up except for Lemon Pie.
Who cares? That's what I say. We were used to talking to one, two.
I care if Lemon Pie shows up.
No, I mean, who cares if we don't have anyone but Lemon Pie, or if we have like a ton of people? Because
the
we're
solo
here
pie
live.
stream. Live?
Yeah,
Live?
yeah, we're live.
This isn't
Live
a
to the
recording.
world. No, this isn't a pre-recorded bullshit like, you know, those other famous
So
YouTubers.
if there's no edit button here.
I mean, there is an edit button, but I mean, we're live from the studio.
After the stream, there's a live studio. This is not okay. Sure.
I mean,
Right,
I don't know.
the
That's
studio.
it's the new intro for streams about attorney text messaging.
Oh, Jackie, you didn't. It
Jump
wasn't
in.
like an actual intro. It was just the trailer for Evil Dead Rise, which looks amazing.
Yes,
I
we
have
might have to show
one question. I have one question for Perp. One. Guess what you think it is about
it.
Evil Dead Rise?
Is it better than Attack on Titan? You already know
No,
the answer to that.
no. I would never ask that question of anything because I don't want to waste anyone's time. No. The question is, did he see the entire movie in the trailer?
Dude,
Because I'm really hoping that there's going to be something that shows how the mom gets taken over. Because they don't show that at all.
according to what I heard from our good friend
Oh, fuck.
Killjoy Jake,
Oh,
who
boy.
got a surprise screening, he said the trailer was the first well-shot trailer because there is so much more to all the scenes they spliced together. It's like you have that scene, but there's like extra shit leading up to what they thought. Because he was like, oh, when I saw the scene in the movie, I was going to be like, oh shit, the trailer just gave away everything. And he goes, oh no, there is so much more. And I said, Killjoy, don't hurt my feelings because y'all hyped up Scream 6 and that turned out to be So don't fucking come up
Jackie.
here with
No.
these pre-reviews and go, oh my god, I'm going to it's great, and then you're fucking lying to me. But I don't think that's the case. Oh, and man, I wish we got Killjoy Jake because he got a cheese grater from Bruce Campbell, like the small ones. He got to meet Bruce Campbell.
I want to know how far behind on Attack on Titan she is. Carry on.
Hey, Books by Jay, go into the group chat. Links in there. Jump on in. We'd love to have you. You're
She's
actually in
not
our
going
future now.
to. She's busy. I don't know that for a fact. It's just a guess. If I say that she's busy and then she ends up being busy, I'm right. And then if I say that she's busy and she ends up not being busy, that she can be on the show, amazing.
Hey, but you know something? You know who's not busy? Jonathan Majors, because apparently he was arrested. Wasn't that a hell of a segue? And look,
The LA Times. Why is this in Microsoft's? What the fuck is Microsoft Start?
I don't know. Microsoft fucked with me when I went to get these, but it is from the New York Times.
I have no idea what that is.
Nah, me neither. But before I get started, so I surprised the panel.
Before you get started, and you're gonna make us tiny screens.
Yes.
It's fucking dumb.
I was on Perp's channel, and this conversation came up, and Perp was like getting ready to segue, and I surprised the panel. Let's just say
your presence.
I was the only white guy there, and I surprised.
I've done that on Perp's channel before. It's fun. Holy shit! Hello,
8
Tim.
minutes to your left. I just put the to your left.
It says later. 8 minutes later.
Yeah.
8 minutes later.
So I surprised everyone because I said, very un-Zod-like, I go, I don't think Jonathan Majors is guilty. And everyone looked at me and they said, what? And I was like, yeah. So here's the situation. All of the sudden,
you know what Jonathan Majors looks like, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have seen Creed.
I'm surprised that you did. I'm surprised that you didn't just think that he was guilty because it's Jonathan Majors.
I think he's guilty of being in a bad movie, but you can't be arrested for that. So.
Oh, Creed 3 is bad, hey?
No, Ant-Man and Quantum Crappia is.
No, it's not bad. Oh my god, it's not bad.
Oh, it's
like
bad.
when you say bad, that you putting that on like the same level as Eternals, like That's harsh.
I would
That
say
is
for
bullshit.
me, I would say for me, Eternals is trash. Like there's tears. It's bad,
Yeah, there's gonna
but
be
it's not
tears because you're gonna
trash.
you're about to trash talk the Wasp, and I'm not gonna have any of it.
No, I'm trash talking. How can you defend Wasp? She was in the film like 5 minutes. You can't even
And the
defend
bad
her.
guy,
She was in about
the
five
bad guy
minutes.
only gets better, and now the bad guy's a real life villain. What the fuck?
So here's the deal. Under the
Oh,
quickest
here's the
thing we've
deal.
ever seen, PB, how
Yeah.
quick have you seen a star in this day and age? And we're going to be talking about Ezra Miller and Alec Baldwin, but how quick have you seen someone arrested, but all of a sudden, without warning, Jonathan Majors, and I'm not throwing out some race things here, but he's black, and all of a sudden he's just fucking
What?
arrested with no, like, we haven't gotten the evidence. So the evidence did come out, and I'm 50-50 on this because you being the intelligent person that you are, and
Oh
me
God,
myself,
no. Oh fuck.
uh, we're
I'm
going
the
to
intelligent person. Jesus Christ, we are fucked.
we're going to deduce some of this because text messages came out. And now there's two ways you can read into these texts. Option A, you can read into it as someone who might be in that abuse victim kind of thing where she's defending the person and trying to make him look innocent. Or B, you could read it as they were both in the club and maybe some shit got out of hand. Now, I don't know the full, I wasn't there in the fucking limo. I don't know what
You
happened, but
weren't.
how it was framed was that she
No,
apparently
I
is his
didn't expect
girlfriend.
you. No, I didn't expect you to be in the limo. I assumed you were flying overhead and you just, peer in.
Yeah, I was flying overhead. I glanced in, but the limos are tinted. I just said, "Ooh, Jonathan Majors." He was hopping in the limo with a chick.
Doesn't matter
I'm
if
not
they're
a rude
tinted.
villain.
Doesn't matter if they're tinted if you have X-ray vision.
Look, I have some standards here. I don't cock block, okay? I'm not like that. I wouldn't want Jonathan Majors to do the same thing. When I saw him get in with the chick, I was like, "Yo, do your thing, player." I understand, and I flew off to make my own rendezvous. But anyways,
Whoa, whoa,
so
whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on a second here. Tim's talk says it could be a toxic relationship like Johnny and Amber. What he means to say is it could be a toxic relationship like Amber and Life.
yeah. Amber, we're gonna say was 100% on that boat. I had not seen
One
anything
relate
to
like
say.
she's toxic for everybody around her. It's
Yeah, like, I
amazing. I'll
haven't
give her
seen
credit
proof
for
to
that.
this
Give her credit.
day to tell me that Johnny did anything wrong except for get frustrated and slam shit. And if that's a crime, then I'm pretty sure every guy who's in a relationship with anybody has committed that crime at least once. Where you get pissed off at your girl and you slam something. Uh, but as far as like the definition of toxic, no, she clearly egged him on. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I want to talk about how
Eggs.
Jonathan was coming out of the club, and how the reports go is that she reached for his phone, and then this is where it gets sketchy. Now, some accounts, including his own, was he pushed her off of him, like that bitch. What are you doing? And in that
Touch
case,
me there.
if to me, if you push someone off you or something because they are grabbing at you, I don't see that as being abusive. I see that as a warning, like, don't put your fucking hands on me, versus out and out punching someone in the face and strangling them. Now, the other side of that coin is he might have like slapped the shit out of her, strangled her. There's a whole bunch of different things, which is why I think that this is a bunch of bullshit, because there's the truth, right? And then there's his story, her story, and then the truth somewhere in between there, right? So now you've got the normal people coming out, as they do when celebrities start going, and a professor from Yale comes out and says, which is what raised another red flag to me. He goes, "Well, Jonathan Majors, when he was attending my class, I noticed he had a habit and a pattern of abusing women. And for the protection of the women, I didn't say anything. But now that he made Creed 3 and it's such a huge movie and he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I all of a sudden, by good conscience, feel compelled to come out and tell my story about how he was so abusive. Really? Really got so you waited and keep in mind Jonathan Majors from when he
Do I
graduated
have to
Yale.
keep it in mind?
Yes, from
Okay, I
when
won't.
he graduated from Yale to this current time period is about 10 to 15 years in between there, right? So you waited 10 to 15 years. No, there isn't. And you you waited 10 to 15 years. All of a sudden your conscience just got the best of you. You couldn't hold this inside anymore. You had to talk about this monster. Jonathan Majors. He was literally king in Yale. He was king in training, right? He was trying to get his doctorate, you know? That multiverse he's a genius. Right? So
Well, I know it's quite an upgrade. Like, you go to, like, conquering the universe and you just started as a Korean fighter pilot. That's amazing.
You know, what can I say? But so here is the text, and either way you take this, there are text messages that his attorneys released.
Oh, so hold on. Go back up. Jonathan Majors' attorney releases text messages allegedly sent by woman after arrest.
So now some of these
No,
text
wait, go
messages.
back up again. Sorry. I do like a bow tie.
That is sharp. Not very many people can pull off the bow tie look.
Looks like you got a little smushed on the one side. That's disappointing.
So here's the thing that I want to say before I jump into this is that these text messages are the best ones to release. But once again, until I hear more, until I see video footage or camera footage, I want to know, yeah, of course, it's Yale. I want to know. That's like the whitest fucking college ever.
Could be racial discrimination. I'm trolling.
I'm not.
You're not supposed to tell us that you're trolling.
You've heard my views. I honestly
don't ruin it, Tim.
I don't jump on that hype train. You know me. I've said some pretty suspect shit on this channel.
Hype train.
But this kind of screams racism. How the fuck is Ezra Miller terrorize Hawaii? Get charged, and it took months for him to get arrested, right? How long were we covering that shit before he finally got actually picked up? Or Alec Baldwin, right? But like this shit dropped in a day, and all of a sudden he was arrested in New York. I find this very fucking.
I clicked the button. God damn it! There we go.
Hello.
Hey, we're talking about black people. How are you?
Oh, so
God.
you're like usual?
Yeah. So,
of course,
do you know
would
anything
contextualize
about
it that way.
Do you know anything about this Jonathan Majors shenanigans? You know, I had to. So supposedly, and look, you know me. I never cry like this is racist card, but this motherfucker was arrested in New York the day the allegation came in.
No.
The day it just hit the internet, this motherfucker was picked up. Now, we've talked about Ezra Miller. We've talked about Alec Baldwin. Fuck, Amber Heard's trial went on for fucking ever. But this motherfucker. Now, I'm not saying there's racism here, but it's kind of fucking hilarious how the black actor out of all these actors we've ever talked about, right? Yeah. The only black actor is immediately fucking picked up, charged, booked, and fucking executed brutally by the internet. And I'm sorry. Is it just me? I think that feels like pretty fucking heavy racism. Like, let's call a spade a spade. This shit feels racially motivated. I'm sorry. This is a racially motivated situation to me. Or Hollywood has a fucked up sense of equality. Because his arrest was definitely not fucking equal. I'll tell you that. That motherfucker was booked so quick. I
Guess
did
what?
not know.
Color me shocked.
I did not
Oh.
know. Like, I found out about it that day, and then like an hour later, he was arrested.
That's so disgusting to me.
Like, okay, if he did
If
it,
I'm going to color you shocked, can I farm that workout to somebody who enjoys coloring more than me?
So I mean, here's the thing that gets me about this whole thing. Say he's guilty, okay?
Oh God.
And I'm not going to defend an abuser. The good, he gets what's coming to him. But let's flip it on the other end, and don't take this as me defending abusers, because I know some people will say that. But
There we go. He's gonna defend an abuser.
But-
I'm just kidding.
But why is it that we arrest this guy so goddamn quick, but Ezra Miller, Amber Heard, fucking Alec Baldwin, two of them are going to skate off scot-free. One of them, we had to be, like, dragged out for fucking years to get her fucking prosecuted.
Yeah.
I'm still sensing racism here.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
this
think
is
you're
some
right.
fucking bullshit. Like, if we're going to be #MeToo and taking down motherfuckers quickly, then you should do that shit across the board. Why is it the only person to have these charges brought against them who's a black man out of this lineup is the one who gets taken down so fucking quick? My head spun by the time this all broke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Guys, am I just pulling stuff out of the air, or is this not the weirdest fucking chain of events?
What city did it happen in?
Well, New York. That explains a lot, first off. Like,
Do you know where in New York?
I think that they're going to get into it in an article. I just wanted to bring some context before we started reading the text messages that the chick sent.
What
Now-
he means to say is before he attempts to read them.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So
How many of
now-
those have you had before we started?
Oh, this is my first one. So now we're gonna dive head first into this, because these texts, I don't feel like exactly exonerate him, and they could be taken
Zoom
50-50. So we're gonna zoom in, and I want your guys' take on how you, God, fuck you, fucking Microsoft bullshit. God damn it.
Oh no, just zoom in on the screen. No, just zoom in on the screen.
No, every time I tap the button that would zoom
No,
in.
click outside. Click on that, like, oh shit, son. There we go.
Okay, so
Boomerang over here.
Jonathan Majors,
Jonathan Majors.
attorney, has released text messages allegedly sent. So, you know, allegedly, we don't, but it's pretty fucking assurant, like you can't fake a text, but whatever. Allegedly sent after his arrest by the woman he is accused of assaulting. The screenshot provided to TMZ has not been verified because it's fucking TMZ. But the woman identifies Major as her partner and tells him that the officers had to arrest him according to protocol because they saw the injuries on her and knew they had a fight.
Oh my
She
God.
says she is angry that the actor was arrested and that the police did not have her blessings to press charges.
Why do you not pause for these quotes? Continue.
The woman allegedly sent a text immediately after she got out of the hospital, according to the screenshots. Now, I want to keep in
Yeah,
mind,
we put Ant-Man and the Wasp into the article to go
And
into
Creed
the
3 more
algorithm,
importantly.
but nobody went to see it, so that's sad.
but I want to. We
Fuck
did,
Creed 3.
PB.
I
That's
didn't
all
even
that
see
matters.
the first two. I seen the first two Ant-Man. great.
Well, here's the funny part, though. More people saw Creed than they did Ant-Man, so...
No, I believe it. I believe it. It's a major flop compared to the first two when it was supposed to be the best one. Like, god dang, man. Come on.
So, here's the thing. Now, they were both drinking, so I want to set up the scene right here so we have a competent thing. They were both drinking. This woman was allegedly stumbling around. So when they say injuries, okay, before we jump on the hype train of going...
Wait, she was stumbling around inside of a limo?
No, she was stumbling to the limo. She fell down a couple of times and stuff. So before we jump over to he beat the fuck out of her, I like to say that when you mix alcohol and all of this shit, there's other factors. Like, just because, like, we need to see what the injury was. Because if she got a black eye, then shit, there's no defense to that. He fucking clocked her. Or
no, right. Like, when I see if she got Ray Riced, then we'll know.
Fuck me. Oh my god! I'm sorry, they caught me off guard.
You're not supposed to look the person in the eye when you're playing the knockout game, but fucking Ray Rice, what a guy!
What a piece of shit! Like, but
god damn, man.
So first off, they don't say where her injuries is. So it could be she bumped her fucking knee and it was black and blue.
Wait a second. Wait, they don't say. Whoa. Hold on. They don't say where her injuries were.
No, they just said.
Sounds like Jonathan Majors might be packing then.
PB's on fire tonight. What are you saying, please?
Oh no. No, I wasn't saving anything. I just wasn't going to take a phone call from you after you're like, hey, let's do a stream. Let me call you. No.
The bromance is real.
You would have talked about each and every one of these before I got a chance to be like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
The Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium and Creed 3 star was charged with several counts of misdemeanor assault and harassment shortly after New York police arrested him March 25th. Manhattan District, fuck me. Manhattan District Attorney, the attorney's office, the woman accused Majors of striking her about the face with an open hand, causing substantial pain and a laceration behind her ear.
What are you waving for?
I said, when you read it like that, it looks like he was going like this.
Like, even the injury doesn't make sense. Like, look, we've talked to people who are victims of abuse and things like that, right? When we were doing this Amber Heard thing. So you're telling me he slapped her across the face, but lacerated the back of her ear? Does anybody have a scientific fucking explanation how the fuck that happened? Unless he's got, like, Donkey Kong-sized hands. I can't fucking figure out the logistics of how the fuck she got a laceration at the back of her ear if he slapped her in the face. Like, maybe he
Well, I mean, like, so he got Jonathan Majors, he got long fingers. So he caught the entire...
So it was the reach around. He, like, slam dunk slap, like he thought...
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this girl's spirit animal is Dumbo. I don't know.
Could be.
Like, okay, so just off of that, let's break this down.
Maybe she makes King Charles look like he got tiny ears. I have no idea.
So let's all break this down. Who here on this panel thinks this is the stupidest fucking analysis? And this person is supposed to be a district attorney, right? So they're supposed to have
if you like the way that you're right, but the way that they say it, like they should have said like he slapped her head and not her face, because like your face starts in front of your ear.
Well, because the other thing too, the only way that this would really work is if, in my brain at least, with my true crime brain.
Oh, there we go.
He would have to hit her about the face and then she would have to fall, and then he would have to hit her about the face, on the side of the face, for it to hit this part. Unless she's trying to turn and walk away, but it doesn't say that.
And
Right,
keep
and
in
if she
mind,
was
though,
turning to walk
this-
away, he wouldn't have been able to hit her in the face either. He would have only hit the ear.
But keep in mind, though, this is all inside of a limo. So
Oh,
now,
even
logistically,
more.
this doesn't make sense logistically.
Do we know
even
how
more.
good of a driver the driver of the limo is?
Or how good the limo is.
Like, did they hit a couple of potholes and she got bounced around the cabin and was like, "The fuck, John?" He's like, "I told you to put your seatbelt on. The turbulence sign is on. Damn
Yeah.
it."
Is it like a roomy limo, or is it just like a not roomy limo?
Like, that's the thing. It logistically does not make sense. Like, all of this isn't like the other cases where we've looked at everything and we've gone, yeah, that motherfucker's definitely guilty. There's like a lot of doubt here. There's a lot of things where I'm like, and here's the other thing. She immediately sent this text to recant the statement. Now, I know on the other end of it, you could say, well, she's his girlfriend and she's a victim of abuse and she's feeling this way. But like,
Did he say
fucking
that
day
though?
later-
Because until he said she was my girlfriend, then I would not believe what she like. Bitches be crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. He hasn't
Somebody
come out
would
and said anything, which is
know.
smart because he's doing what like Alec and Ezra don't ever do. He's keeping his fucking mouth shut and letting his attorneys talk for him. That's pretty smart move.
Oh, that's a bold move there to have your attorneys talk for you there, John. Like, Alec Baldwin would have none of that.
He would be like, she was at a corner of an angle, and I swear to
My
God.
attorneys told me I shouldn't take this interview, but I need to clear my name.
Okay.
Dude, every fucking time. Why are you telling jokes when I'm trying to sip my apple juice? Because, YouTube.
What do you mean? I thought that was your most viewed short. Oh, what is that? Zero what? Zero sugar?
Dr. Pepper, strawberries, and cream.
Oh, I just seen it in the store. Is it as good as I thought it was going to be?
It's
is.
pretty good. It's a lot better colder, and it has a really good smell. It reminds me of the strawberry ice cream is what it reminds me
Okay.
of.
What was the other fancy Dr. Pepper flavor? I thought it was
Cream
it berries
soda.
and cream? Cream. Okay, they did a cream soda. Okay.
Yeah, it was like a Dr. Pepper cream soda.
I thought they did something else too. Lemon pie. Let me know what it was.
So,
Now I
there's
should have
more.
got some of that. Shit, I'll have to get some next time I'm there.
Okay, sorry. Derailed. Focus.
There's more. Majors also allegedly grabbed the woman's hand, causing swelling, bruising, and substantial pain in her fingers, and put his hand on her neck. I don't fucking believe this. I don't fucking believe it.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Dangerous.
No, like, hold on a second here. Like, all of this sounds more and more like a sexual encounter.
But
Going through some potholes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were in the potholes, and she was not strapped in appropriately, and then she bumped her head, and she's like, "You're a dick, John." And he was like, "Yeah, it's because you wouldn't get on my dick."
Like, all of this, like, okay, if this was an apartment or at the event he was at, because he was at some kind of gala celebrating, Creed 3 and not Ant-Man and Wasp, sorry, PB. And so, he was celebrating the success of Creed 3, and he came out with this lady who is, according to what she says, we still have no confirmation, but she is 30 years old, so they might be, like, dating or whatever. She says they're dating. Anyways, until I get confirmation, I'm not saying yes or no. But anyways, so he was with his girl. According to what happened, they started having a bit of a disagreement. They went and headed towards the limo. When they got to the limo, she tried to grab for his cell phone. That's where the details get murky on what happened because what happened inside the limo.
Oh, the side chick message. And by that I
Yeah.
mean probably the primary chick and she's the side chick, but whatever.
Yeah, and who knows? Who knows? She could have been the side chick. Who knows? But okay, so there's a little bit of jealousy. There's alcohol. But if this had happened at the gala and people witnessed it, or it was in a corner or something, logistically, I can understand these injuries. But you're telling me, in the limo, he slapped her across the face, grabbed her, and then choked her? Like, me even acting it out, and keep in mind, when he did the slap,
Dude,
he lacerated her
he
ear,
can
then
whoa,
he grabbed her,
No, like
and then choked her?
you're making it super complicated when the motherfucker can control time.
Fuck,
I mean,
man. Alright, you got me. It
the
was
other
He
thing
did.
we have
He
not his
did.
thing.
What was that, Jackie?
The other thing we have to consider is there's alcohol involved. So who's doing
Bingo.
what? Who's doing what in a clear state of mind with clear motions and movements?
That's the other. Thank you. Jackie brought a new layer to this. Like, I don't know about you, but like, I'm a happy drinker, as you guys know. And
We've seen what this
silly
chick
and
looks
louder.
like. Has anyone seen what this chick looks like?
Not a goddamn picture.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, it's Jonathan Majors, though. I don't imagine he'd be dating someone who ain't.
No, that's kind of the point. So, like,
like you know, if she's a 10, I'd be like, oh man, I think he's guilty. Or maybe we go.
no, that's not what I
Or
meant.
maybe we
That's not
go,
what I
he's
meant.
not
Exactly,
guilty.
LP. Exactly.
Maybe you go, he's not guilty, because why would he do that to this one? Who knows? But I
Like,
don't know.
is this like the local homeless lady that he says hello to all the time, and then was like giving her a ride to the other side of town, and she was like, "Jonathan Majors fucked me up."
You know, and like, and I hate this
I don't know.
whole trying to grab for his phone thing. Fucking why? If he's out there making stupid decisions, why do these motherfucking women think that this? Sorry, shit pisses me off because
No,
it's like,
you just you don't grab for their phone because you're probably not going to be able to get in anyways. You got to wait until they fall asleep, and then you either do the fingerprint or the facial recognition. Duh.
right? Exactly.
Yeah, like, come on.
Like,
Like,
Sleuth properly, people.
Exactly. And the other thing too is, why do you care what the fuck is on his phone if he's out there making stupid decisions? Bitch ain't got nothing to do with you. Move the fuck on.
okay, so Erica watches this, so I'm not going to get into too much details, but she's got ways of distracting me, and then the next thing I know, my fucking phone's gone. And I'm pissed off, but she's still distracting me. See, that's how you do it. You know what I mean? Because the it's my phone male part of me gets overwritten by. Yep. Oh my god.
Exactly, LP. Exactly.
Lemon Pie says, "Why is they in a limo when I don't have a limo?" Lemon Pie,
fair,
would you?
can a
Whoa,
pie
whoa, whoa!
travel?
Would Lemon Pie leave the house if he had a limo? Though is the real question here, because Lemon Pie ain't be leaving the house. Did you
And
share
I
the
mean-
link, Lemon Pie?
I mean, it's just like, so I'm not crazy here, right?
I don't even know what it
To
is.
you
You gotta
guys,
read it
this
out
all
loud.
sounds a little bit. It sounds logistically and physically all over the place. Like, it doesn't sound like the truth. That's the best way. That's the simplest way. Like, it sounds like we're missing a lot of steps
So
in between.
it sounds a little sus.
So what I'm thinking, when I read this in this bullshit, what I see is A, miscommunication. B, this is a attempt to, I don't want to say cash grab because I don't necessarily think that's what she's doing if she's recanting her statements, but it's almost like a miscommunication, premature, like heading towards a toxic breakup type situation. And like, it sounds like they were both drunk and don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
So she
because
probably
even
said
the
something.
account, Her
Yeah.
account makes no fucking sense, especially if it's in a fucking limo. It does logistically.
I don't know. Like,
does it make sense?
With how fast everything moved, it almost seems like somebody contacted this woman like the moment that it happened. Like, she stumbled out of the limo and somebody seen it and was like, "Hey, I can help you in a lawsuit."
Yeah.
You know what, PB? Remember when I said at the beginning, where you're intelligent and I'm gonna use you to analyze this. See, this is why, PB.
Mm-hmm.
I did not even fucking think about that. Yeah, this sounds like the ambulance chaser, like that's waiting in the hospital where he goes.
Yeah, now he's pushing the agenda, like pushing the agenda so much to the point where it's like, how the fuck did it get into the press so fast? Obviously, we didn't get to this overly quickly because we haven't talked in a while. That's not the point. The point is, the story got out incredibly fast, and all of law enforcement moved incredibly fast. How did everything move so fucking fast?
I mean, look. We like putting on tinfoil cowboy hats when I can wear them. I'm sorry, this fucking mic is killing me. But anyways, we like doing tinfoil hats in the Phantom Zone, and to me, I don't know. This whole thing seems like somebody trying to get somebody a payday. Now, we could all be wrong, and if that's the case, I will recant my statement and call him a piece of shit like Ezra Miller or anybody else that I say is a piece of shit, who has proven to be a piece of shit. But with the way this is all moved, it's like somebody with a grudge against Jonathan Majors. Like somebody pulling the strings.
Like somebody finally executed their plan. Like they're doing Creed 3 on Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, like already, let me tell you the effects of this before we go any further. He's lost a sponsorship. They halted movies, and Marvel is talking about removing him from the...
What do you mean they're only talking about removing him? Because the headlines that I've seen from some particular thumbnails said Jonathan Majors fired.
No, he's not fired. I got the. I'm sorry. Here we report facts. So if you can't hear for that stupid
she said,
bullshit.
"Oh, stop." What was that, Jackie?
I was looking at this weather thing.
Oh, yeah, it's raining like a bitch here.
The weather is sus over here. So yeah, this is seeming to me like somebody trying to take Jonathan Majors out of play, like a personal vendetta with how quickly this moved. Even if it is true.
So it's like, let's say, who are the Kangs?
Okay, let's just hypothetically play devil's advocate and say not all of this, but like 20% of this is true, and he did fuck up in some kind of a way. It still begs the question of why the fuck did the wheels of justice move particularly fast, and how did they pick all this shit up so quickly, but yet Ezra Miller is still in the fucking Flash movie? Like...
Can't catch that, motherfucker.
Where's your journalistic integrity there? Oh, he's changed because he's getting help. And forget him grooming a girl and beating up people in Hawaii and assaulting officers.
Hey, I don't want you. People don't appreciate you talking about them like
that. and assaulting us with his terrible rendition of The Flash. Okay? How many years have we had to put up with that fucking stupid ass?
No, you mean with their terrible rendition.
No, not all DC. Okay, we still got the Flash show. Like, it's not that great, but we can all agree Grant
he's not getting it, Jackie.
It's okay.
Anyways,
he's drunk already.
He's not a he anymore. Do you not remember that dumb fucking story?
Oh no, I think.
Oh, I call him he. Fuck him, and the horse he rode in on, motherfucker. The NYPD.
I don't want to fuck a horse.
But keep in mind too, I'm from New York, and I'm here to tell you NYPD is fucking cool.
Whoa!
Anyway.
Okay. I thought that was going a different direction for a moment there. That was terrifying.
Okay, I'm not gonna say
Like, I
I
don't
had
want to fuck a
run-ins.
horse. Oh, I'm from New York. Okay.
PB is on a roll tonight. You're lucky I haven't poured my other beer yet. The NYPD said in a statement over the weekend that Majors was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old woman who told police she was assaulted. She was transported to the local hospital with minor injuries to her head and neck. So if it's her head and neck, then where did this thing come in by the district attorney that her arm was bruised? You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
don't-
This is by the police.
Yeah.
No, I don't see what you're saying at all, because Lemon Pie said, PB has imagined me to be a shut-in, something like Mr. Glass. And I would say, kind of, but not exactly, because I assumed whenever you went to the window and shouted the link out the window, you're standing.
They called me Mr. Glass. Anyways, best fucking movie ever.
When
Anyways,
does he only gets out of that wheelchair, like what, twice?
twice. It's the greatest fucking disguise ever. In the unverified text messages, even though it was sent from her phone, so I don't know how it's unverified anyways, publicized by Major's attorney, the woman says she told police the incident was her fault for trying to grab Majors' phone. In a follow-up text, she says she told the authorities this was not an attack and the strangulation did not occur and should be removed. So she's saying herself, which makes sense logistically, because I don't buy that he strangled her in the limousine. It just, like, it could be done, but not how they're describing everything else. Like, he just fucking went Mike Tyson on her. It doesn't all track. And to be fair, Robin Givens is a piece of shit. So I'm not advocating anything. I'm just saying she's a fucking whore. Anyways, from the case file immediately. So she says in a text to Jonathan Majors, which was posted by his attorneys, which if she sent it, she would know the attorneys would go over it. She said the strangulation didn't even happen. That was just thrown in there by this district attorney. So it's like these hyped up injuries, and there's no mention in the police report about her arm being bruised. It's just scrapes and cuts, and they don't specify where they are. So all of this shit does not make sense to me. Like other cases we've talked about, it's been very clear. Like the events, everything else, unless you're hearing Amber Heard, because then it's just a fucking hilarious montage of bullshit. But other people who are legitimate, and Johnny Depp too, when he was describing all of the shit, it was very vivid. You could get a picture in your mind of exactly the layout and everything that was going on. And they were in fucking rooms, okay? So even if, hypothetically, you believed Amber Heard, there was some leeway to kind of try to see it from her end.
Where is the glarer when I need him?
But this doesn't make any sense. And the woman is recanting the statement of all of this shit, and saying that the strangulation wasn't even a thing. Now, she didn't deny that he hit her. She just said, oh, he didn't strangle me. So maybe he pushed her. Maybe.
So she sounds, the way that you read it, she almost sounds disappointed that the strangulation didn't happen, so not as erotic as she was hoping.
Oh, God. So in my mind, how this played out is,
oh God,
they
here
were
we
both
go.
drunk. They're stumbling into the limo or whatever. He gets the text. She's getting some kind of feelings, because let's be real, if you've been in a relationship, sometimes women get jealous. It's not an uncommon thing. And she's like, who the fuck's on your phone? Blah, blah, blah.
No. Rewind. The podcast. Okay.
I thought that he was going down a different path as well. I thought he was going to say, well, how could you not have a crush on Jonathan Majors? I have a crush on Jonathan Majors.
No, Nick Cage will always be the first and only person in my heart.
It's not, okay.
You can't come in here saying women get jealous. Say partners get jealous.
Okay, I'm sorry. Partners get
Yes,
jealous.
female partners. Yes.
Get jealous. And she was probably like, "Who the fuck you talking to on your phone?" He's like, "Oh, come on, baby. I just celebrated Creed. We popped some
It's
bubbly.
just
Like,
my agent. It's just my agent.
yeah, it's just my agent." And she goes, "Let me see your fucking phone." I went to grab for it. And he's like, "Bitch, I swear to God, tonight's not the night." And she's all like, "Let me get your phone. Why can't you give me the phone? I want to see the text. Where's the text? Just show me the text." He's like, "Bitch, I ain't going to show you the text, okay? We've already talked about this. Why the fuck, when we go out, you got to always bring this bullshit up?" And she's all like, "I
There's
don't
some
believe you, motherfucker.
projection
I don't
happening.
believe you. Let me
I
see
don't
your
want to do
motherfucking
it.
phone. I ain't letting you see the phone." And then she starts grabbing at it. He probably like pushed her off, like, "Bitch, is you crazy? Do you know who I am? I beat motherfucking Creed. All right, I will beat you in this motherfucking limo. Why the fuck when we get out, you gotta act like a crazy bitch? I'm trying to have a good time, and you over here fucking tripping about who's in my phone." And she's all like, "Motherfucker, I don't believe you. This is that bullshit. You can grab your shit and get the fuck out of the house. Look, bitch, I'm fucking rich. I'll go wherever the fuck I want to."
You
And she's all like,
spent
"Motherfucker, I hate
you
you.
whoa
I
whoa
That is a whole lot of
you
projection.
how long were you on? No, how long were you on Perp's channel?
All right, I was on his channel for like 2 hours.
Oh, sounds like 2 months.
Where is Perp?
Christ.
And then he pushed her off. They got to their stop, and she's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker. Watch I don't call the cops on your bitch ass. It's hashtag me too era, motherfucker." And she gets out of the car, and he's all like, "Fuck that bitch. Take me to the bar. I'm going to drink some with my dogs and talk about how crazy this fucking bitch is. Maybe we get some hotties, because fuck her. She can fucking sleep
No,
on
they
her
don't get. No, they don't get. They don't get hotties. They get shorties.
Yeah, so it's like
He said that she was going to give him the Amber Heard special. That's what happened.
Oh God.
like I am willing to bet that's at least like 20% of what happened.
Is that what? Wait a second. He was going to give her the Amber Heard special.
She was going to give him the Amber Heard special.
Is that a turd?
Yeah.
Oh
obviously.
God.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, please
Just
don't.
making sure I had that right.
That is a poor example of getting revenge. Man, don't ever do that. Come on. The screenshots show that the woman allegedly texted Major. She would make sure nothing happens about this, and that she knows he has the best team and there's nothing to worry about. Except for this is the year of Me Too, so that doesn't matter. It says, "I just want you to know that I'm doing all I can on my end." The unverified text message reads, "I also said to tell the judge to know that the origin of the call was to do with me collapsing and passing out, and your worry as my partner due to our communication prior out of care. I have no clue."
This is gaslighting. That whole paragraph is gaslighting as fuck.
In a statement provided Sunday by the Los Angeles Times, Major's attorney claimed that her client is completely innocent and provably fuck you, the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. And this is like the text.
Read the complete alleged text exchange between Majors and.
We should dual narrate. That's what we should do.
Who's gonna play the woman?
Me?
You want? Are you gonna play?
You want me? Oh, I thought you wanted me to play the woman.
I gotta put my acting face back on. There's no note, just you knowing what happened.
Did you leave the keys?
Oh, okay. Okay, no. You go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Did you leave the keys? Goodbye. Redacted.
Redacted. Please let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me. And they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did. And I'm so sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only just got out of the hospital. Just call when you're out. I love you.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, and now he's
Oh, it's still yeah, she's not go
You
go
can read
on,
this one,
Jackie.
TV. If you would like, you could read this one since you didn't get to read yet.
Oh, now I get to play the woman. They just called again to check on me, and right, don't scroll before I finish reading the line, Jackie. They just called again to check on me, and I reiterated that this was not an attack, and they do not have my blessing on any charges being placed. I read the paper they gave me about strangulation, and I said point blank, this did not occur and should be removed immediately. The judge is definitely going to be told this. She ensured this to me. Holy fuck. Okay. I know you have the best team and there's nothing to worry about. I just want you to know that I'm doing all I can on my end. I also said to tell the judge to know that the origin of the call was to do with me collapsing and passing out, and you worrying as my partner due to our communication prior out of care. She promised all will be relayed.
Oh my god.
And then he never responded because he's like, she's fucking crazy.
I gotta say, the Oscar goes to.
Obviously, TV. He was much better than me.
Oh, I don't know about that. I was gonna say Jackie.
So yeah, this.
What's going on there, guy? Stop shaking your coke legs. Thank you.
Man, I just need some snow, man.
Got a cocaine beer in there?
I don't know what you guys talk about. How the fuck long is the stream gonna be? Anyways, so
better not. No. Okay. Like we made it. Are you done with this article? Are you ready to like move on? Because we only been talking about it for 52 minutes.
No. So final line of question.
Fuck me.
Come on. It's me. It's me, Mario.
No.
So. Woohoo!
Definitely no.
DreamWorks, you
could go. Way to go, Chris. Way to go, Chris.
Let's go on an adventure.
Mario's not Irish. What's this final? No, what is this final question for Jackie and only Jackie?
So my final question: guilty, not guilty? Let's do some speculation, have some fun. We could all be wrong about this, but it's fun.
Oh, ruined it for me, Jackie. You ruined it for me. Don't ask questions. You're just supposed to say yes. That bitch is guilty.
So, did Jonathan Majors do this?
Oh, wait.
I think
that was a weird question because, like, I feel like he did what Jackie said earlier.
What I say earlier?
Like pushing somebody off of you is.
Oh yeah. Well, because my whole thing is, first of all, we're missing a whole hell of a lot of context. So to know the situation. That's the first thing. The second thing is there's a whole lot of gaslighting going on her end. I don't know if that's intentional or not. The third thing is clearly something happened. If she went to the hospital and she had injuries, we would be getting that information soon. But I don't necessarily think that it happened in the way that she claimed it did, or they think it did, or whatever the fuck kind of train wreck happened. But I think she might have said a couple things that led to a couple other things that led to the police, that led to this other shit. And at this point now, she's like, well, fuck, I didn't mean that. I was drunk. When you don't ever, they always say, don't talk when you're drunk. Keep your mouth closed, because you don't ever say what you actually mean, and, or you have no filter, or whatever it is, whatever the reasoning behind it is.
Wait,
But
what
now
are you
at this
talking
point-
about? I never say what I don't mean. Drunk or not drunk.
But at this point, like Emily D. Baker says, the shit's already out of the horse, and so she can't stop it, regardless.
I mean, either way, his career is fucked. He's already losing endorsements and stuff because we know how Hollywood works. If it's black man as opposed to Ezra Miller or all of these other pieces of shit, then hashtag me too. Yeah, let's get this motherfucker. People are already condemning him, who's shocked, on the cesspool that is Twitter. All these people going, first, it's because he dates white women, so apparently she's white. So that's a big thing. It's like, oh my God, he's dating a white girl, so he must be guilty.
Well, of course.
How fucking progressive of you cocksuckers. Everybody on Twitter screaming, oh my God, let's be progressive. There could be a black this and a black that, disabled people doing work, and why are you saying this and that? But the minute a black actor is dating a white woman, all of a sudden he's a piece of shit. This happened to Michael B. Jordan years ago when he came out and it was revealed he had a white wife, and people lost their fucking mind saying, oh, I never thought his movies were good. Bitch, it was because you had a fucking crush on him, and then you found out he likes his ice cream vanilla, and y'all got fucking pissed off, and you're like, oh, fuck him. He's a half-ass actor anyways. He ain't nothing. Fuck Michael B. Jordan. So now people are fucking crucifying Jonathan Majors with no fucking shred of evidence. Even this is circumstantial at best. And at worst, it's a total crock of shit. And as it goes, I want to see the fucking receipts. Like, where's the video? Where there's cameras in the club. Can we track maybe some disputes or some disagreements leading up to this? This fucking dickhead from Yale came out and said, oh yeah, he's always been a violent man. Well, where's your fucking proof?
I mean,
where's
I
the
would
other victims?
like, as nice as it is to have a recipe every time, like, you don't necessarily need the recipe, but I'm gonna need, like, everybody to agree, to something basic, like, you don't put chunks of ham in your chocolate chip cookies. Like, everybody who makes chocolate chip cookies, whether they have a recipe or not, knows not to put chunks of ham in their cookies. So, like, when I can get the chocolate chip cookie recipe for this from enough people, I'll believe the story. But right now, like, we have one person who's told two different stories. So, cool.
That's the best way to put it. Like, I'm hearing two different versions, and
From one person.
And even the police statement we heard doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because when you listen to the district attorney's statement, the police statement doesn't even match what the district attorney apparently is prosecuting him on.
Oh, no.
So
something was so funny it kicked her out of the stream. What a disaster.
there she is. You want to throw her back in?
What happened?
It was so funny she laughed out of the stream. That's how much Jackie thinks.
That's what happened.
You guys both froze. I gotta send you this picture.
Oh, you got a screenshot of us looking down?
Yeah. Yes, that sounds hilarious.
Okay, that's good. Oh, good morning, Christine.
Good morning, Christine. We were talking about the bullshit surrounding Jonathan Majors. If you don't know,
wait, she can see us.
Yeah, we're live. That's what happens when we press the live button.
We're live?
Yeah.
For how long?
Like an hour and 4
well,
minutes.
They do call me the bear, so,
That's true.
You saw the movie.
Yeah. This bear
And
can do a hell
everybody,
of a lot.
everybody knows how much cocaine the bear did because the bear did all the cocaine because they never found the cocaine. So the bear was
I'm
like,
telling you right now, Cocaine Bear and John Wick and Creed are in my top movies so far. But we all
my
know,
top movie of the year is Cocaine Bear.
Renfield comes out, so we know who's getting number one this year. Don't even
Yeah, Cocaine Bear.
You
I'll put
fuck
Renfield.
off.
I'll put Renfield at number one if Nicolas Cage is dead by then.
If Nicolas Cage just says something Dracula, which he does, I number one. I don't even fucking care.
Cocaine
I've
Bear.
waited for Nick Cage to be Dracula for fucking years. The
Cocaine
fact this
Bear.
didn't happen sooner is a crime. But you know what
Okay,
else is
so
a crime?
why don't they have somebody like I don't know, Nicolas Cage play Renfield, and then have like Ray Liotta play Dracula?
Ooh, poor joke. He's already not.
That was a perfect joke. That was a perfect joke.
You are so evil. But speaking of a non-joking matter, we're going to bring it down to something serious. We're going to talk about
MoviePalette.com. Oh, that's not MoviePalette.com.
We're going to talk about Jeremy Renner's full Renner. Fuck you. I corrected myself.
That's in No, you didn't. I just pointed out that you said Rainer like a fucking raintard.
Jeremy Renner's full injury list after his traumatic accident. If you don't know, he was hit by a fucking
traumatic
snowplow
incident, from broken ankles to collapsed lung.
This is really sad. This guy is the nicest guy that I've ever seen in Hollywood.
And I've only ever seen him be crabby next to one person, and who the fuck was that?
Brie motherfucking Larson. And by the way, I do have something on her. Brie Larson called out racism. I thought it was fucking hilarious. We're gonna be covering that, but I want to dedicate a whole.
Oh, come on, chopping chop. Like, are we not doing it? How many fucking articles are there from God? Jesus Christ. We've done the one.
Jeremy Renner almost lost his life in a snowplow accident on January 1st. Here's the full extent of the injuries the Hawkeye actor sustained in the accident. Actor Jeremy Renner was critically injured in a snowplow incident in Nevada.
You want to do 6 articles? Fucking blow me.
in an accident in Nevada on January 1st, Jeremy broke 30 bones in his body and his lung collapsed. Jeremy opened up about the accident in an interview with Diane Sawyer, which is coming out April 6th. Jeremy Renner nearly died after he was run over by a snowplow in Nevada on New Year's Day. And just imagine that snowplow guy. He's like, I fucking killed Hawkeye. Everybody's going to hate me.
What? Superpowers.
We know Hawkeye is not a superhero. Like, if it was Downey Jr., he would have just got up and been like, it's all right. I mean, I lost the suit, but we're all good. If it was Captain America, he would have brushed that shit off. But you hit the one guy with no fucking powers. Good going, guy. I hope you feel like shit for the rest of your life. The 52-year-old Hawkeye star has heroically saved his nephew from the 10-ton snowplow and was flown via helicopter to the nearby hospital. So just think about this. He had over 30 broken bones and a collapsed lung, grabbed his nephew and saved him from their car collapsing in on them. If he isn't a real life superhero, I want to know who the fuck is. How the fuck? Dude, if I had one broken bone, I'd be like, oh god, it's over! We're all gonna fucking die! This motherfucker probably didn't even stand up. He crawled and fucking saved his nephew. It was like, I got this. Tell Cap, I'll be there. I'm alright. Like, this shit just makes me think, Like, if I can't in my life save someone, I'm a piece of shit. Like, despite what happens to me, if I can't crawl over and save somebody else, then I have failed. This man is a real life fucking Avenger. Like, does anybody here think with 30 fucking broken bones in your body and a collapsed lung, you can reach over and save somebody else? Like,
Well, I'm a mother, so that's not a fair question.
I mean, yeah, that adrenaline stuff and, moms pick up cars and shit. Okay, PB, if you had 30 broken bones, that's a perfect screenshot. If you had 30 broken bones in your body and a collapsed
What
lung,
is wrong with his face?
do you think you could save your nephew from impending death?
Sure. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, and it's a great show. Fucking start watching. God damn it. Anyways.
No, I was busy. I was busy watching. What was I watching? I caught up on The Mandalorian, and then I was watching Clarkson Farm because I needed a laugh, and I got a couple.
Dude, I'll give you one thing. So the creators of Batwoman made Gotham Knights. It is the best comedy I have ever watched. And then I was watching it, and I go, oh, I finally get what PB's talking about. That show is the greatest fucking comedy ever made. CW should win some Emmys for the comedic genius behind that show.
I told you that Batwoman. Okay, so watch Batwoman now.
No, fuck that show. Anyways, I tried. I went 3 seasons.
You didn't try,
and
shit.
I couldn't
Batwoman
do it.
Didn't.
I couldn't do it. After season 2, I tapped out. I was done. I don't want to see Black Joker. Anyways, 3 months after the incident, Jeremy has made it through the recovery process like a fucking boss, which involved learning to walk again. He has opened up about his terrifying incident in an interview with Diane Sawyer, which will be released on ABC News, and probably the only thing on ABC I will ever fucking watch, which will be released April 6th. In the preview for the interview, the full extent of Jeremy's injuries from the incident are revealed. Jeremy had confirmed.
Oh, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. I call bullshit. They shorted him. They shorted him. I bet you they shorted him because it just says he's got 8 broken ribs in 14 different places. So that's 14 breaks, not 8.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to know about his medical stuff. I'll be honest.
Yeah, like look at all this shit.
There's a bunch more. You can hit pause and then play us at 1.25 to catch up if you want to really read.
Oh my god, I don't want to read that either. And look,
he looks fine there.
Look, he looks fine. This
fucking hell
had all.
Fucking hell,
dude! I swear to God, he's a superhuman. He is Jesus. Hawkeye. I'm sorry if I didn't already respect and love this man for the kind of decent human being he seems to be, this just confirms how fucking decent of a man that he is, and there's got to be somebody on his side, because from all that shit we scrolled down, you cannot see a goddamn thing wrong with him. Dude, he really is an Avenger. He's a real.
No, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how smoothly he can speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want
to learn how to talk. Go ahead, Jackie. Sorry.
Can you imagine what that must have done for him and his nephew's relationship, though, from a mental health aspect? That is some trauma bonding shit. This dude saved my life. I love this guy. You know what I'm saying?
He without a second thought, with all that shit fucked up, ribs, knees, legs, so he obviously couldn't move very well. I can't imagine what there wasn't a part of him that wasn't fucking busted up. So he must have crawled over and pulled him out with whatever strength he had and laid there until a helicopter arrived to take him to the hot. Like, I can't tell you, in this day and age of people talking about manliness and shit like that, this is a man's man. This is
Now,
a man right here. This
did
is
they fix him?
100% man.
Did they fix these parts with plastic as well, like they did last time that he got hurt?
I mean, they got to have done some serious surgery because he looks goddamn good in that interview. Like, you gotta see how he talks.
Like the cradles in Korea, isn't it? They flew him over to Korea. They put him in the cradle. They just printed some new skin on him.
Like, they had to. Like, he has no even scars because you
This
gotta
is supposed to. This is supposed to be a fucking Marvel joke. God damn it! Stop taking me seriously.
Look! I know he was part of the Tahiti project. Like, you know,
Really?
he knows Coulson. Yeah, Tahiti. It all makes sense. It's all connected,
Fuck, man, I gotta rewatch that show.
In a chat with Diane Sawyer, Jeremy revealed that he was awake through every moment of the Snowplow incident.
Oh, sounds horrendous. Holy
dude!
Fuck.
So this man had. Oh my god, he just gets fucking. This just gives me so much fucking respect. I want to do a marathon of Marvel movies with just him in it because this shows me like balls of steel. He must have the biggest fucking set of balls.
I watch Hawkeye every Christmas.
I'm gonna watch Hawkeye again because now it all makes sense. I'm like, this man is a fucking real life hero. You literally have a real life fucking superhero. Marvel, don't you ever fucking let go of this man. This is the shit that makes your company look good. That you hired a man who's this fucking brave and courageous in real life. And I'm not overblowing this. This is some courageous shit that you hear about once in a life. Like, this is our moment in time. We get to hear about someone doing something completely unselfish and saving someone next to them through this horrendous shit and coming out on the other side. And I respect the fuck out of him. And if you ever watch this stream, which I know he won't, but if you do, or your agent, you just know everybody here.
Why would he watch the stream when it says Jonathan Major's attorney text message allegedly sent by woman after arrest?
Well, if Jonathan Majors knows, hey man,
it doesn't even say Jeremy Renner's whooping ass in the title. Like, if it would say anything about Jeremy Renner, that would probably help for him to watch it.
The title, for sure.
Fuck, man. I didn't realize the title was such trash.
PB, you know what to do. Anyways,
we should just call it Renner's bitch.
Not give a fuck. That's what I have to do, is not give a fuck, or you'll drive me insane.
He reflected on what he remembered from the immediate aftermath of the incident. What's my body look like? Am I going to... Am I just going to be like a spine and a brain? Like a science experiment, he said. The Marvel star's nephew also recalls seeing Jeremy right after he was run over. I'd just perfectly see him in a pool of blood coming from his head. I ran up to him. I didn't think he was alive, the nephew said.
That was a terrible quote.
Jeremy kept his fans updated. Jeremy kept his fans updated throughout his recovery process. He had undergone electric stimulation workouts as part of his recovery program. Jeremy shared the first video of himself walking on March 26, nearly 3 months after the incident. The mayor of Kingstown Star walked on his own an anti-gravity treadmill he previously rode.
What the fuck? He is living in the goddamn fantasy world. What?
He is Hawkeye! This motherfucker is Hawkeye confirmed?
What the fuck
he
is an
was in the
anti-gravity treadmill to
he
the
was in the
internet?
Avengers compound. It all makes sense.
The fuck?
PB, I will never say another bad thing about Marvel. I retract everything I've ever said. They had him in the Avengers compound recovering. They don't leave a man behind. You know what? You know what, Marvel? 10 extra points. I take it back. Ant-Man and the Wasp, fucking masterpiece. Kevin, I'm sorry I doubted you. The quality dipped because you were taking care of one of your own. I apologize. They were using that Stark tech to bring him back. I fucking knew Iron Man wasn't gone.
Well, I mean, this is just the example, the epitome of perfect casting, first of all. And this just proves that theory of every legend, every story stems from some sort of fact.
This man is making
facts, those bastards.
This man is making like true, like real life Greek stories. Like, this is some shit you hear about. Like, I take back every critique I had against John Wick, because like, if Jeremy can recover like this and he's using future tech, then John Wick movie, all of the plot holes I have make sense now. He's Keanu, and Jeremy are just friends, and he's like, let me use gravity bikes so I can recover from falling off of a 30-story building. He's like, no problem, bro, I got you. You know, when are you coming over tomorrow? You know, to Marvel.
I'm not. Oh.
I'm sorry, Freudian slip. Seriously, PB, you gotta come back to Phantom Zone.
Maybe.
Like, Bitchy actually likes you. Actually, she said, and I quote, she likes you more than me. So.
I knew that. I already knew that.
She puts up with me.
It wasn't my place to tell you.
Yeah, she puts up with me. She actually enjoys your company.
She'll be home in a few hours.
Yeah. Probably 2 or 3 in the morning. He previously rode a stationary bike while sitting down in late February, showing how much progress he was making after the accident. Of course, he was using fucking Stark tech. You recover right away with Stark tech. Fucking anti-gravity fucking treadmill. Like, yeah, man. He had the best fucking medical. He had shit from science we have fucking seen. Jeremy almost lost his life in the incident, but he doesn't have any regrets about what happened. He told Diane Sawyer in an interview that he'd repeat his heroic act that almost killed him, since he saved his loved one's life. Oh my god, okay. Alright, someone take it from here.
Quote, I do it again. Because it's going right up to my nephew. What?
Keep going, man. Keep going. My eyes are tearing up. Just keep going, man. I'm feeling the emotion.
He said, Jeremy also said that he feels, quote, lucky to be alive and is looking forward to getting back to regular life. I chose to survive, he said. I've lost a lot of flesh and bone in this experience, but I've been refueled and refilled with love and titanium.
Oh my god, okay, like, oh my god, this feels like the end of Endgame where Tony Stark gave that speech. Like, I don't know about you guys, but...
Like, go back up. Nope, too far. Go down. And do like a bow tie.
That's a bow tie.
Bow ties are cool.
That one's nice.
I mean, this is, for me, both a happy and sad. Like, look, my eyes are glassy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That fucking quote got me. Like, if you take nothing from this, if this man can survive putting his life in risk and getting hit by a fucking snowplow to save his nephew, there is nothing in this world that you can't overcome. That statement where he says, I chose to survive, like, that hit me, like, right here. Like, he reached in to those Robert Downey Jr. quotes, and he dig deep and found some emotional shit. That brought me back to watching fucking Endgame and listen to I Love You 3000. Like, I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, what a fucking man. What a real, true life hero. Jeremy is a real life Avenger to me. Like, no
It's a
bullshit.
good name for a memoir, Lemon Pie.
Love and Titanium. Dude, Jeremy, if you ever watch this, we got the title of your book, Love and Titanium. Bro, like...
What kind of cut are you looking for on that, Lemon Pie?
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm choked up. Someone fucking talk. Tell me your thoughts. Oh my god, I'm trying to like.
Because like I will buy the bow and arrow, and then he just needs to sign the bow and arrow, and then I'm set. Like, that's take the title.
Oh my god. So
I don't have anything to say about this. He's a goddamn hero. Moving on. Oh, sorry, Jackie. Did you have something to add?
No, I was just gonna say that I am looking at it from the point of view of that relationship between him and his nephew is so fucking strong now. So that's fucking cool as hell, especially with these kids, the way that they're growing up and how many of them don't have the people in their lives that they should. And it makes my heart happy to know that this bond will probably never be broken.
And the fact that this is, how many Hollywood stars do we read about that we clown on or they say stupid shit? And for years, he's stayed out of the spotlight. He's never talked politics. He's always been a stand-up class act as far as I'm concerned. And this just confirms to me the kind of character that he has. This confirms to me everything that I thought about in interviews. There's like a saying, never meet your heroes. But honestly, this guy today is like a hero to me because it blows my mind how selfless this act is. And everybody says in that kind of a moment, I jump in front of my daughter, I jump in front and save my kid. But you don't know when you're in that situation. But the fact that he acted, he put his own personal life at risk to save the person he loved, and he did that beautiful quote. To me, every now and again, I like reading stories like this on this channel because I'm not such a hateful person. I want to be happy. I want to like people, you know, but we cover so many assholes. Half of us on this panel are assholes. Not Jay. She's the only fucking nice person here. But me and PB are dicks. Okay? And okay, so we're dicks on this panel, but every so often it's nice to read about a story where we don't on your left is the best quote. Yeah. I like to also think Anthony Mackie seems like a stand-up dude too. I'm not gonna lie, like I never hear negative shit about him.
I would like to think that he's a stand-up dude, but it's hard to tell because he's so shielded.
You son of a bitch! I wasn't drinking anything this time.
You're welcome.
I love reading some stories of it like this, where like, you know, there's a tragedy and someone perseveres and they make the best of a bad situation, and it gives us fucking hope and optimism.
Steal.
Yeah, my typo was.
I see that. I see the typo. I feel like I must have powered through it.
Seriously, I followed Jeremy, his Instagram, and I left some message and like, yeah, maybe he never reaches it, or maybe his publicist does, but I do.
I'm very glad that you like. It was broken English, but the fact that you added Instagram to that sentence was very important.
Yes, and I said that, you know, I said that you are my hero for what you did. Like, and I mean it. Seriously, like, this is not
Did you tell him that you murdered communists for a living?
Ah, fuck them anyways. He'd agree with me. He's fucking Hawkeye. He works for S.H.I.E.L.D.
No,
We
that was my
understand.
point. That was my point. Was you're like, hey, I took out communists, but you're the real hero because children are the future.
God damn it. Fuck, PB. Before I write these things, I need to talk to you. That was fucking beautiful. God damn it. God damn it. Next time I make a drunken text, I'm going to call you first.
I knew that you sent it to him all drunk. You're like, oh man, Jerry Rose, fuck yeah, I'm gonna let him know.
God, I hope he came out like
It's
half
just
coherent.
one giant fucking paragraph. There's no punctuation, and he's like, "This is either really flattering, or this guy's following me."
Hopefully it's the latter. But no, I just so
No, hopefully no, no, not hopefully the latter. I said, oh, did you catch that, Jackie? Like my two options were the normal option and then the psychopath option. He's like, let's take the psychopath option.
No, I
Holy
just wanted
fuck.
to highlight some actual good shit. But here
Cool.
we're gonna talk about.
Highlight another article so that we don't have to do the go to moviepal.com, save 15% by putting in code zone15. You'll love the product. TM.
So let's talk about a rapper for a second because I spent a
Oh,
lot of time
I
on
hate this
PurpMinded.
fucking guy. I don't want to talk about this.
Well, you've got to get diverse. We're too white on this.
No, I am super. I just talked about Jonathan Majors for damn near a fucking hour. Yeah, dickbag.
He went to Yale. That doesn't count. He's practically white now.
3 men arrested in Florida gym beating up Tekashi 6ix9ine, somebody who probably needs it more than just about any other motherfucker on the planet.
Okay,
There you go.
but
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Go
I'm
on.
going to play devil's advocate here. Does
Play it
he
after you
deserve to
read, because
get
this guy sucks. He's a snitch.
But does he deserve to be beaten by
He
3 people?
is. What do snitches get?
I mean, fair enough.
He
Wow.
is like the snitch. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't care about anything that happens to this man.
So you're saying who'd he snitch on?
I don't know how many different people. Oh.
Okay, so
Come back, Jackie.
Just to wrap this up, he got beat up by 3 people. So I'm interested in your hate for him. So what makes you hate?
He's a snitch.
Tekashi?
He's a snitch. He's a snitch. He's a snitch. How many times would you like me to say I exclusively hate him for one reason? Because I don't give a fuck about his music. Like, is it the worst fucking thing I ever heard? No. Is it the greatest thing I ever heard? No. Would I put it on the bad side? Some of it, but some of it's alright, I guess. Like, I don't think that he's a particularly talented artist, if that's what, like, the other angle you want to come at it from, but that's not what I mean, I don't know what these people's reasons are for beating the hell out of him, but he's a snitch, so am I surprised that a bunch of people beat the hell out of him? No. Do I care that a bunch of people beat the hell out of him? Also no, because he's a snitch.
All right. Well, we summed up that article pretty quickly. Moving along, we have.
It's so fucking, oh my god, he's so goddamn annoying, and that's how he became the most amount of famous that he's ever been in his life, is from being a snitch. Like, what the fuck?
So, speaking of people who don't snitch, we're going to
Come
talk
back,
about somebody.
Jackie.
We're going to talk about somebody who's taking a fall. And that is the first assistant director, David Halls, is sentenced in the Deadly Rust shooting. So we heard Alex Baldwin's sentence. Remember that joke?
She's back.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, you bastard.
That was me. I'm sorry. So Alec Baldwin got time served. Let's see what David Hall's. And now look, remember what I said about this? I said everybody, the armorer, Alec Baldwin, and this fucking first assistant director should be prosecuted. But I said that they should be prosecuted equally. So let's see if the first director got a commuted sentence. Because if he didn't, I'm going to fucking find Alec Baldwin's house, and this is not a reflection of anybody on this panel. I'm going to find Alec Baldwin's house, and I'm going to use my laser beam eyes, and you guys can put together the rest of it because I don't want YouTube to pull me down. But let's just say it's going to be a fucking hot day in the city because this motherfucker needs some fucking consequences. So what happened to the first director, David Hall, who was sentenced on this shooting? Did he get a proportional sentence? Let's read this article. What do they got to say? This is a little bit small, so I'm going to zoom in because I know PB is going to be like, motherfucker, zoom in. I can't see shit.
Zoom
I'm
in.
on cocaine.
Zoom in.
I'm on cocaine.
Zoom in. One more, please.
Oh, god damn it.
That's a big ad. That's a big ad.
God damn your ad. Okay, there we go.
No.
One more time.
No, it's not gonna. There you go. That's what you needed to do.
Oh my god. What is this timeline bullshit? What? No, I don't care about the Good Morning America fluffing fucking Alec Baldwin's balls. Are they still playing it? Why are you playing it? I don't care. Pause it. Fuck this interview. He was lying through his teeth. Why do you still want me to see the interview? Okay, there you go. The first assistant director of Rust has been sentenced to 6 months unsupervised probation as a part of a plea deal in connection with the fatal on-set shooting of the cinematographer Helena. Okay, I'm going full screen. You knew it was coming. What the fuck
was that noise?
So Alec
I didn't
Baldwin
know it was coming. That's disturbing.
Alec Baldwin, the fucking the first assistant director, because Alec Baldwin is a fucking cocky son of a bitch and has to take fucking credit for everything. So the director, the assistant director, and I can't wait to see the armorer because I feel that's the one they're going to throw under the bus. These motherfuckers got their sentence commuted. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck you motherfuckers who are the justice people in fucking Nevada. You fucking cocksucking motherfucking sons of fucking whores. All of you are a fucking gross representation of the justice system. I am fucking disgusted. The fact that this went to fucking court is a fucking joke because you didn't sentence anybody anything. So who the fuck gets justice in this fucking case? A fucking father lost his fucking wife. A fucking son lost their fucking mother, and not a goddamn person is getting any fucking ramifications. Yet we're talking about justice for victims, and none of these victims are getting any goddamn justice. Fucking Ezra Miller is fucking running around allowed to fucking rob and fucking strangle and fucking spit on cops or whatever the fuck he's doing right now because he's fucking changed. And no, I won't call him, her, or whatever the fuck his pronouns is. Fuck him in the asshole. Him, her, fuck them both in the asshole. Fuck fucking Alec Baldwin in his asshole, and fuck this fucking assistant director too. All of you fucking cunts should have the appropriate sentence. But no, we're gonna pull Hollywood bullshit, and you wanna know why? I'm gonna play it. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking play it right here. This is fucking racist bullshit.
I'm gonna fucking play it.
Because fucking Jonathan Majors got fucking arrested the same day. But you motherfuckers dragged this out, and nobody's getting punished. Not a goddamn person is gonna get punished for this bullshit. So,
no.
Where is the fucking justice? God damn it. If you waited for a rant, fucking skip to 1 hour and 38 minutes. I'm fucking ranting. This fucking is the reason why I have a fucking cholesterol fucking heart rate issue because these motherfuckers they let everyone go. Everybody responsible has been let free, and this piece of shit movie is still coming out. I swear to God, if you support this movie, you fucking unsubscribe to my
What
channel
movie?
right now,
What
and
movie?
don't
What
ever fucking
movie?
leave me a comment. I hate you.
What
You
movie?
are the reason why these fucking people are getting off. Okay? Do not support this
Oh,
motherfucker.
Rust.
Do
Rust.
not support Rust. Do not support this movie. This movie should be fucking shelved. This is a fucking abomination. This is a disgrace. This is a mockery to the goddamn justice system. Motherfucker. I cannot believe this. I did not even read this shit. I am so goddamn angry.
Cool, so we can
PB,
skip some article.
please read the rest of this fucking
I don't
goddamn article.
want
I
to read
can't.
any
I
of this
can't. I
article.
can't read this article.
The
I
first
can't do
assistant
it.
director for Rust has been sentenced to 6 months unsupervised prohibition as part of a plea deal in connection with the fatal on-set shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. David Hall, 63, was charged with negligent ad.
God damn it. Why the fuck? Okay, there we go.
Negligent use of a deadly weapon in connection with the October 2021 shooting on the Santa Fe set of the Western. Fuck, that was a lot of extra bullshit for that sentence. Halls had handed a Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all they needed. What? Oh, sorry. Revolver to Alec Baldwin that fired while the actor was practicing a cross draw. What pro? Striking Hutchins. Attorneys for Halls and Baldwin have said neither knew there were any live rounds in the firearm. Now, to be fair, it also struck somebody else.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot just one person. He only killed one person, but he shot 2. I don't want to sell him short. Like, let's not leave shit out of the story here, people. Fuck. Like, he didn't just like shoot her. Like, he shot through her.
Yeah, and it hit the what? The fucking
I don't know
guy.
who the fucking guy. Yeah, the camera guy or
principal
something like that.
photographer guy was in critical condition, and
During
this
a
motherfucker's got a plea deal.
During a virtual plea hearing on Friday, Halls pleaded no contest to his misdemeanor charge. He answered the judge's questions, though he did not make any further statement on the incident. Excuse me. Quote, he, like many others, is extremely traumatized and just rattled with guilt and so many other feelings of what could I have done better?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
How could I have changed things? His attorney, Lisa Tarraco, not sure, said during the hearing.
Okay, all right.
You do a fucking job.
Another rant coming.
Okay, I'm
How
gonna take a
could
nap.
you change things? How about checking the fucking gun before somebody shoots it? It's fucking simple. Me and PB have been saying this since this motherfucking thing started. How about you check the fucking gun? When there is ammo in the gun, it feels heavier. Are you telling me your sense of fucking feeling things was just fucking off that day? It passed by literally, fucking 3 people did not notice that there was a fucking weight difference in the fucking gun. And this motherfucker shot somebody and nobody. Oh, I have guilt. There's all these feelings. Well, then how about you do the fucking time or pay the fucking money that you should if you're feeling so guilty? Oh, I guess you're not feeling that fucking guilty. Obviously not, because none of you motherfucking cocksuckers want to take any fucking personal responsibility. I feel so bad. What could I have done different? I was doing my best. I did my very best. We were all trying hard. Fuck you. I hope you're all raped by the biggest fucking dildo imaginable to man. You motherfucking cock-sucking sons of fucking whores. I hate every one of you goddamn people. You all should have been fucking swallowed at birth. You are the reason why Hollywood is so fucked up. You're a remnant of a fucked up old past that Hollywood has, where they sweep this bullshit under the rug. And all of this hashtag Me Too bullshit and all this bullshit of canceling people, where are you Twitter warriors now? You know what? Where the fuck are you angry Twitter rant people who sit there and accuse Jonathan Majors with no fucking evidence, but this motherfucker who legally fucking shot someone, which we have a ton of evidence, and nobody but me is this fucking angry and close to a fucking heart attack because nobody gives a shit because it's fucking Alec Baldwin, so who gives a fuck? Fuck you. I hope that all of you motherfuckers responsible die in the worst fucking possible way. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Zod, that's kind of fucked up. Why would you say that? You should never wish death on everyone. No, fuck that. I hope all of these motherfuckers get the worst possible thing that can happen to them on this earth happen. I hope they suffer in ways that haven't been. Where the fuck is Thanos? I hope Thanos comes down and fucking makes you fucking pricks suffer in ways that you can't fucking possibly imagine. This is fucking bullshit, and this is a gross fucking failure of the justice system. Hello, Planet Q's Queen. Hello, Sunset Flip. I am on a
Hey,
fucking
Q's
roll.
Queen. Hey, Sunset Flip. Why does Sunset Flip not seem familiar to me? Is that new?
Hashtag rants.
Has Sunset
Fuck
Flip
up
been here before?
Friday. Yeah, I think so. But this is
I have no
fucking
idea.
ridiculous. You know what? Before we go any further, does
I read
anybody
all of that. I read all of that. What do you mean before we go any further? I read all that.
does
Oh, okay.
anybody
Oh,
does
God.
anybody have anything contribute before we go for? Does anybody feel
That's
like
you.
I
That's
feel?
you, Jackie. That's you, Jackie.
Does anybody feel like I feel like right now? Like
He
my
wants you to
heart's
talk
coming out of
because
my
he's
chest.
trying to lower his blood pressure.
I think that you said everything that needs to be said, and it's bullshit. So,
Taraco asked the judge for a deferred sentence and argued that his role as safety coordinator was not to control how people handled firearms, but to ensure there were safety meetings held.
PB, please take this. Please, I gotta
Mr.
get my voice
Halls
break.
is in a lot of pain and a lot of trauma. He was 3 feet from Ms. Hutchins when the firearm went off. No one expected this, Taraco said. Taraco? I
PB,
like tacos.
Traco.
PB, I put you on full screen.
Taraco. I know
PB,
why.
I need
Take
you
me
to
off
rant.
full screen.
No,
I'm not gonna rant about this. No.
PB.
I'm not the one who's on Rant the Fuck Up Friday. That's you. Rant up, man. There we go.
If there was
You don't even
proper
have it in you.
procedures,
It's Jackie.
then this wouldn't have happened. Point blank. If there was proper procedures, this wouldn't have happened.
It looks like his meetings were shit.
It was shortcuts, complacency, laziness. They've taken shortcuts this entire film. They didn't want to pay the people that they wanted to pay to do a good job, and they knew it was going to be shit, and they knew it was going to be a shit show, and they let it be a shit show, and now this is the karma for that. Point blank.
Okay, so that was Jackie rant. Now I'm just gonna say, your fucking feelings are hurt. Hold on, wait a second. So
Yeah, go
fucking
General
heard about
Zod.
this. You're heard about this. You can't imagine what you held safe. This motherfucking attorney had the balls. She must have huge fucking balls. I don't know. I've never seen her nuts, but she's got to have the biggest fucking set of nuts in the
Who's
room
got the
because
biggest
she
balls of them
she
all?
had
Oh, we got big balls.
she had the balls to sit here and say he had no control over it. He didn't know what was going on. So let me get this straight. Alec Baldwin's attorney said he didn't know what was going on. He didn't pull the trigger. He's completely innocent. This fucking attorney said he only held the safety meetings. Which, first of all, fucking safety meetings, okay? But whatever. He held the safety meetings. He had no. So who the fuck was in charge of safety? Who was running the fucking show? If the fucking director, producer, fucking Dick Stroker, Alec Baldwin wasn't in fucking control, if this fucking David Halls guy wasn't in control, who the fuck was running this? The fucking monkey type in the fucking script? Who the fuck's in charge?
No one.
If no one's in charge, who's running it? If
No
fucking Jesus Christ came down from heaven and was running the set of Rust and the biblical fucking savior of everyone, he was the one fucking in charge of this. Like, who the fuck is running this production? I want to know. You know what? I want to know who the fuck is in charge. If Alec Baldwin, who has, by the way, a fucking director, writer, every other fucking acronym under the sun, and if David Halls, the assistant to the director, doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on, who the fuck is running this shit show? Who? Nobody? So you're just
Oh
letting
my
the
god,
actors
Jackie
wherever
said that to you
fuck?
fucking 4 times. No one.
God
No one.
damn it.
No one.
Motherfucking cunts. All of them. Continue. Do I need to scroll down? God damn it. These motherfuckers. I'm gonna die early from reading these fucking articles.
Rocco.
I'm gonna fucking look at this fucking crusty.
No, don't care. Don't care.
I hope. Look here. Do you see this Crypt Keeper looking motherfucker?
See, I could read this the General Zod way. What's up, Kitty Chow? Persecutor?
I hope this Crypt Keeper motherfucker just walks out of his house and dies of a massive heart attack.
Persecutor?
And yes, I mean every fucking word I'm saying. Fuck these cunts.
Cool, continue to read. I believe in you.
Prosecutor Kira argued that as safety coordinator,
He said Kira.
It was
Kari. Whatever.
I'm drunk. It was Hall's responsibility to.
How can you be drunk if you only had one of those fucking mugs?
No, I had 2 of them now.
You fucking
And a
lying
shot.
sack of shit.
I did. Look, see, it's empty again.
No, I believe that you drank 2, but I asked how many you had before we started, and you said that you had none, and you only drank 1 while we were on, which means you had one before
Okay,
we
maybe
started.
I drank an extra one. Anyways, it's not an issue. It was Hall's responsibility to ensure that the firearm did not have any live rounds. No, it was the armorer, but it was Hall's responsibility to check the fucking gun to make sure the armorer didn't fuck up on that. So no. My fucking god, it's like a fucking giant.
No, just keep reading. You just gotta read. You just gotta read, guy. The only way to get through is to power through because it's all dumb as fuck.
Did not have any live.
Yeah, go
rounds.
pack, go.
And that there had been previous safety issues on set involving firearm discharge. Obviously, this was a very serious incident. A young woman lost her life, this cunt said, while asking for a suspended sentence. Yes, I called her this cunt. I know how people feel about that word, but anyone defending this fuck is a cunt. I do not fucking care. If you put up your fucking morals, knowing how obviously guilty this motherfucker is, then you should be sentenced.
Yes, you should.
Old ass cocksucker.
Oh wait, I take it back.
Judge Mary Marlowe Somers ultimately sided with the state, telling Halls I am not persuaded that a deferred sentence is appropriate for you in this case. The only Judge Mary, I don't know how old you are, and this might sound weird, but I want to fucking, I want to fucking kiss you right now. Thank you. You are the only person who said anything fucking logical in this whole entire fucking article. Thank you, Judge Mary. Judge Mary, I, I fucking applaud you. Good. I'm glad you saw through this Mickey Mouse fucking bullshit. So, in an additional 6 months unsuspended probation, the terms of the sentence
You gotta
included
stop
Halls.
talking like when you don't talk into the can. That was awful.
Halls pay a $500 fine, perform 24 hours of community service, take a fire safety course. No one gave Alec Baldwin a fire safety course? This man doesn't shoot shit. Why does he get the firearm safety course?
Finish.
Oh my god.
Within 60 days. You gotta do it.
Within 60 days, testify in all hearings involving the shooting and have no contact with co-defendants or witnesses.
Well, that must be why they're still making the movie.
Baldwin and film armor Hannah
still
Gutierrez Reed were both charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter over Hutchins' death. Gun enhancement charges for both were dropped.
Okay, so
in late
now I'm gonna
February.
call bullshit on that because I don't see how somebody who didn't fire the weapon gets the same charge as someone who did fire the weapon.
This is so fucked up. This whole thing is so. Baldwin has pleaded not guilty because he's a fucking delusional, cocksucking, past his prime, old ass piece of shit to his charges, and has also denied pulling the trigger, even though he's the only one on set and the gun doesn't fire on its own. Gutierrez Reed, attorney, has said she intends to plead not guilty because she's a fucking dumb cunt, and has said she has no idea how the live rounds ended up in the gun because it's fucking magic, of course. Bullets just fucking load themselves. So who the fuck knows how the bullets ended up in the fucking gun? Both are scheduled to appear in court for a preliminary hearing on May 3rd, which will be a 3-ring circus of bullshit. Hall's hearing comes days after the Santa Fe District Attorney Mary Cormac Atways announced she was stepping away from prosecuting the case and appointed Morrissey and Jason Lewis to serve
I don't know.
as
I think
special.
it's supposed to be pronounced a little more, I don't know, Third Reichist.
This is the biggest fucking bunch of 3-ring bullshit I've ever fucking heard. God damn it. I don't have
a good one, Keely Chow.
Somebody else. I love that one.
No.
Shots fired. Somebody else. Tell me your
No.
Fuck it. Tell me your thoughts.
Oh, that's you, Jackie.
Tell me your thoughts.
That means you.
Like I said, it's ridiculous. Complacency, shortcuts. Nobody was in charge of nothing. Nobody was double checking. They weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. And now they have to deal with the consequences. And it's awful that this woman lost her life. And the fact that they're sitting here trying to fucking bullshit all these people and gaslight the fucking world like the shit didn't happen and getting away literally scot-free. It's really disgusting. It's disgusting, and it makes me very sad.
This.
Oh, you ruined it. You ruined it. You son of a bitch. All I was going to say was, ditto.
Like, this is the biggest fucking travesty. Besides Ezra Miller, this is the biggest travesty.
Ezra Miller didn't fucking kill anybody. You're so fucking wrong. Don't even make this fucking point. I think it's dumb as fuck.
He killed my soul. I count it.
I don't care. Nobody cares about your soul.
This is total bullshit. I hope Alec Baldwin, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I just want to say this is not a reflection of anyone on the panel. I am personally saying this, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart and soul. I hope everybody involved in the death of this young lady and in ruining this family that she had, I hope all of them meet the worst possible end imaginable. I really
Holy
hope.
fuck! What's up, Chillmonger? I don't care that I cut you off.
Yeah, DC was already killed. Chillmonger, don't come in with that crazy shit. Talk about DC.
What excellent timing!
And by the way, hold on a second. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna send Chillmonger a link. If you would like to join Master Monger, I will send you.
We already talked about Renner.
Yeah, but I like to get his thoughts on that.
Yeah, but he talks about Marvel. We already did the Marvel stuff.
I mean, we could still talk about it.
No, that was a joke. He obviously talks about more than just Marvel.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, check out Chillmonger's channel. He is an awesome content creator. Me and him and Perp and everyone were talking about the.
I mean, it'll be fun,
Jonathan Majors.
Jackie. You know what'll be amazing is that we will have multiple Perp Show award winners on the panel after he gets here. We'll have
Nice.
somebody. We'll have somebody who's won Best Channel of the Year, and somebody who kept winning the category so much they ended the category.
Yes, thank you. I have won Worst Channel of the Year for like how many years has he had the
Every year, every year.
And I just gotta say thank you, PurpMinded. I know you fucking troll and watch this channel. If you're out there, buddy, thank you.
Oh, he's out there. You know he's out there.
And I appreciate that every year I
Now
can
he's gonna
make the
comment.
shittiest content you've ever seen to win this award. I had no speeches planned, but thank you so much, man. It means a lot that I win shittiest channel. Like, seriously.
Did you just fucking click him out when I clicked him in?
Hey,
Son of
PB,
a
I was about to
bitch.
explode on you for saying I only speak Marvel, but you brought it back.
Oh, obviously I know that you don't only speak Marvel.
I was going to give you all my hot Avatar The Last Airbender takes.
Oh my god.
You know?
I never watched any of that.
Hey, we know Avatar The Last Airbender, not Avatar fucking M. Night Shyamalan butchery. We know that is one of the greatest fucking shows ever made in America that uses an anime style. Like, hands down. Like, there's nothing that touches. Nickelodeon was like in its golden era with that fucking show.
Was that Nickelodeon's best ever produced stage? I think so.
I think so. Like, I don't know another show that was ever that hyped.
Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob, as amazing as they are, they're not like episodic. I can't give it to them.
Yeah,
I was never a Nickelodeon kid.
And if you guys don't know,
I have no opinion.
Chillmonger, first time in the fandom zone. How are you enjoying being in a spinning fucking, I don't know, like diamond thing?
Yeah, there were some questions that I had to answer before they let me in.
Diamond? A spinning diamond thing? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what it looks like when they're spinning through the thing and the Superman. Come on, man. Goddamn.
In the Phantom Zone?
Yeah, we're in the diamond, spinning around in the fucking universe until someone lets us out. Except for Jackie. She's like just the kind, nice person that doesn't really fit because we're both
Can you make it dumber?
No, hey Cherry, what's up? So
what's up,
Is
Cherry?
that an insult to me or is that an insult to them? Because we might have.
I don't know. That's why I asked him if he could make it dumber.
So first off, we
Chillmonger, have you? No, I want to know. Have you ever talked about Alec Baldwin before?
Pause.
Okay.
Hi, Chillmonger. My name is Jay.
How
are you today?
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. You've never talked to each other.
It's good to officially meet you, Jay. I'm chill, and I know PB and I know Zod, but not you. Hi.
See? Hi.
Sorry.
Okay, proceed.
What the fuck is happening?
Alec Baldwin has
We're
never
about to
been
kick
like
you out of your own show. That's what's about to happen.
I don't like know enough about it. I know that it was an unsafe working environment. I know that there's no reason you should ever have guns on sets like that, and if they are, shouldn't be loaded. I think that we need to change a whole law, like no guns are allowed on set. It is illegal to use actual guns during these scenes unless you actually need to shoot it. Which even then, like CGI can take care of, right? Like who's really going to be mad at you?
You would think so. I mean, I don't think, like, are they actually firing real guns at each other in John Wick?
Are they? Well,
I
they
don't
could be real
know.
guns, but rubber bullets. Why don't we have that?
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be a blank, but somebody fucking blanked and didn't check to see that it was a blank.
So I don't really blame Alec Baldwin because it was a rehearsal, right, where he pointed it and
Yes.
it just went off straight. I can't really blame Alec Baldwin for this. Yeah, of course it's nasty and it's wrong, but like he did not wake up that morning with like intents to shoot a human being.
No, that's what I always said. I was like, he never did it intentionally, and my biggest problem was that he never showed any remorse after accidentally doing it.
I think when you show remorse, that means you're showing guilt. That was probably some lawyerly advice. So I'm not as mad at him as you are, Zod.
Dude,
Zod's
you've
very
heard
upset
me.
at Alec
Yeah,
Baldwin.
you've heard me about this, and my whole thing is okay. So, I was in the military, right? And look, I know he doesn't have military training, so it's an unfair standard. But at the same time, the weight of a gun when you hold it with a blank versus a live ammunition, there's a different feel to it. Even if you're a civilian, you can tell that the weight is different in the gun that you're holding. And on top of that, okay, the thing that gets me chill is that he is supposed to be the primary director and the head of safety coordination. But and he doesn't know how to shoot a gun, and he depended on everybody else to do his checks. Now, I wouldn't have a problem if he had an unnamed credit and he was just in it as an actor, like in Mission Impossible or something like that. Then I would say, hey, yeah, would Tom Cruise get a fucking loaded gun?
Wait a second. Do you know who I rely on to do my checks?
Who?
General Mills.
But I mean, at the same time, like, I would, if you take those titles, and if you're saying, I have this set responsibility for the safety of everybody on my crew, then you have, by taking the title, you have said to the world that you are also checking to make sure that Cherry always taking my words and making them.
Good.
I love you, Cherry. You have then put yourself in that spot where you say, yeah, I am double checking. I am making sure that everybody who comes on set will leave that set still alive, still well, and going back home to their families. But you didn't. And that's where that feeling of no remorse hurts him. Because if you're in charge of everything, you should have some personal responsibility at the fact that you made contracts saying everybody was going to make it home safe and sound, and you broke that agreement. And now the biggest thing that pisses me off about this, Chillmonger, is that in these statements, everybody's playing the hot potato blame game. They're blaming everybody else, but nobody's taking personal responsibility in this tragedy. So if it's not Alec Baldwin, if it's not this assistant director David Halls, if it's not the fucking armorer, then whose fault is it? Who was negligent? Because one of those three people had to be negligent for that live round to make it as far as it did. And that's my issue. Nobody wants to take responsibility and admit that they were wrong, and it's the right thing to do. It gives closure to the family. Like, look, I know it's not the popular thing to do. It's not the sexy thing to do, but it's the humane and right thing.
You don't know popular or sexy. How ridiculous.
Have you seen me in this shirt? Come on, man. This screams sex appeal. Michael
All right,
Myers,
somebody
baby.
call Bitchy. She needs to come home. He
Oh my God.
needs to control the situation.
I mean,
So whoever it is, because if it's the armor, you said it's the assistant director, is Alec Baldwin, head of safety and niceness. All three of them should be held liable. I'm sure like they could divide the jail time to where it's not so much, maybe a year. Actually, I don't know. I know murder is 25 years, right? That wasn't that.
Usually.
It wasn't, but it's something.
Dude.
No, they have it set as involuntary manslaughter at the moment. That's the charge.
Involuntary. So which degree is that? That's not second degree.
I mean, no, that's like 4th or 5th degree murder if you're just counting them by degrees, depending on what state you're in. And
where's the workplace not safety criminal charge? Where's that one?
Not even an issue.
Oh,
no one even talked about that, man.
They're back to work. Well, yeah, but they're just back to work. It's fine.
Yeah, they're back to work.
They're just making the movie again.
Out.
It's fine.
That's how they are, though, at movies. Remember when Vin Diesel got in his tizzy with the director of Fast and Furious 10? And for like 5 days, it was a mad rush to find a new director because every day was money. Every day costed money. Every day they kept the set there and weren't shooting anything. It was like millions. So they will just immediately get back to action. When the Deadpool stunt actress was riding a motorcycle and may have died. I think she died. The one who was playing Domino. After that, they continued filming there like really quickly. Maybe it might have only been a week later they got back to filming like everything's okay because that's just a lot of money.
So, I mean,
I don't think this movie's a lot of money, but
no, maybe not.
This movie's a small, independent fucking movie. And my feelings are, at the very least, if there's going to be no justice, which clearly this is aiming at, Alec Baldwin's going scot-free, man. Community service and probation. This guy got community service, a $500 fine, and probation. And we still have to wait for the armorer's sentence, which is probably going to be another bunch of bullshit. So this is all a slap on the wrist. Yeah. And I think, to me, this sets a really bad precedent. Like, with those types of film sets, like you talked about, Deadpool and all of that, I feel like there was at least more whatever, maybe not. I don't know. That was cool that you brought that up because I didn't even know that shit occurred. But it's like, with this, this lady died, and her husband and fucking son that she leaves behind is going to be left with this. The camera guy got fucking shot in the shoulder, and they're going to sweep this all under the rug, man. And like you said, the sad part about this is, will this inspire change? And probably not. It's going to be back to business. We're all going to talk and bitch, and I'm going to rant and damn near have a heart attack about this, and nothing's going to change. Nothing. There's
no, something will. No, you're not. Something will change. They're going to finish the movie.
Nothing structurally will change. There will be no law put in place. Now, I believe other directors who are on set who are going to use weapons in their movies are probably going to think of this scenario and independently ask for no actual live rounds to be inside these guns. That's something. Something, but it's not a uniform Hollywood standard.
No, everyone needs to be held accountable at different levels. That's what I find amazing about this.
Yeah, nobody's being held accountable, and there's.
Let's put it this way: even with the live round in the gun, the live round doesn't fire itself. You still have to release the hammer to let the gun do its action. And if he wouldn't have done that, what stupid fucking background is that? What the fuck? Red ghost face? Does that happen in the movie? Because I didn't see that fucking movie. And if that's some stupid bullshit spoiler, I'm going to be upset at a movie that I'm not going to see for another decade. God damn.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean,
he just walked away.
Fucking rude.
He didn't say, "Give me a minute, guys," or anything. He's just like, you know what? I gotta go to the bathroom now.
If you
There
guys don't
is-
know, this is shameless promotion for my boy Killjoy Jake. Go check out his
Oh,
independent
I'm
film
supposed
he
to know that
created.
that's Killjoy Jake.
He created a fan film called Red Right Hand. Shout out to that channel. He's been on my channel a couple times. He's a really cool dude.
Shout
Go
out
check
to the channel Red Right Hand.
No, shout out to Killjoy Jake. Go check out his free to view Red Right Hand on the YouTube channel and go support
You
him.
want me to watch a video of his hand?
Anyways,
I have questions that I
I
don't.
don't know. I don't think I want to ask any questions if that's where we're starting from.
So, chill. We talked about Jonathan Majors, and I'm glad you're on this because we all called bullshit and we pointed out some great stuff. So, what? Because I know me and you were agreeing on this, but Perp didn't want to elaborate. But fuck it, it's the Phantom Zone, and I dive deep into this shit. So, what are your thoughts about this clear conspiracy against this innocent black man, Jonathan Majors, who's been fucking railroaded like no one I've ever seen?
He is the guy who called 911. Do we all think that a man calls 911 on themselves to report that they abuse somebody? No, he was concerned about the well-being of her. So I automatically think that he's a victim in this. I think that when the cops got there, she was like, "No, but this happened, that happened," and she told the story, I guess, to
Oh,
free
she
herself.
told the story. She told the story.
Okay. So that's what I believe, though. But I never want to just be so sure. It's also possible that as a victim of domestic violence and a person going through an emotional time in her life, that she's just gonna be like not doing sane actions. Like, this guy's my provider, and this guy's my also my abuser, and this guy, like, the irrationality can be justified. I just want to throw that out there. However, I do believe that he's perfectly fine. They said that there's a video in the taxi cab where she says all this happened. All right, cool. Until we see that taxi cab footage, everything me and you say right now is speculation. It's hearsay.
Oh, yeah.
It's like there's a video. Let's wait for that video to come out. The lawyer talked to TMZ a day ago, or maybe 2 days by now because it's after midnight right here. The lawyer said they're looking. They believe that the taxi cab footage will free him or will show that he did nothing wrong. But the way that she worded it made it sound like she didn't even have the taxi footage yet, which is probably why she released those texts.
All right, yeah, that's holy shit, that's a bombshell. Thank you. I'm so glad I got you on here because I wanted to dive deep into this. And here's the thing:
he wanted to dive deep into it, but he didn't want to do any research.
but here's the thing: I see a lot of YouTubers.
I saw that look, Jackie.
I see a lot of YouTubers. Either they're saying he's completely innocent or he's completely guilty or people don't want to talk about it. And I say here in the Phantom Zone, fuck all that bullshit.
We know what you do in the fandom zone, Zod.
I dive deep. Exactly. Thank you, Cherry. I know what that means. Anyways, and yes, on both accounts, I do dive deep. Anyways, that's not the fucking point. Anyways, the point is that I want to get the receipts one way or the other. And Chillmonger's right. We have no receipts for her side or his side. There's no receipts. So this fucking bullshit witch hunt and the Twitter mob and people taking sides, this is crazy to me because there's so many of these cases where we have evidence available right away, but somehow all of a sudden this shit happens in like a day and there's nothing. You can't fucking see a movie without having spoilers leaked instantaneously. But I can't find a goddamn thing about this Jonathan Majors thing. Kind of suspicious to me. I mean,
must be a really good movie.
like, I mean, come on. This is weird. The whole thing is weird. The placing, and I was telling Jackie and Chill, I don't know if you have any additional information, but from how I understand it,
weird.
This was in a limo.
No, fuck you.
This was in a limo, and the logistics of what they're saying happened doesn't match with the space that's provided, like the limousine and everything and the confinements, it doesn't add up to me.
What are we looking at here?
It's supposed to be the alleged text, but it's really small. Maybe if I make it big, no, that's the opposite of what I wanted. I guess I can't maximize it.
I think that we read that. I think that was in the article.
These text messages. Okay.
Does it end? Does it end? Is there an "I love you" in there somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
though, no. The thing is, the Major's lawyer herself is the one who released those, thinking that would alleviate him of any kind of wrongdoing. But in there, it does say, "We fought," and I'm like, why would the woman classify it as a fight? Because a fight is like when two guys are both participating.
Yeah.
And then the next thing she says is like, I told them it was my fault for grabbing your phone. And to me, that does sound like Majors hit you. So I don't know why the public needed to see that. If all the public needs to see is video footage in that taxi or limo, whatever it is. If there's video footage of there and you have it, as soon as you get it, show us it and show us that he's innocent. Or it could also show us something else. If I make it bigger, cute panel guy. Here's another possibility that this video does show that it plays out like she says, but she exaggerated it. Maybe there really was a phone. She was looking over trying to get the text, and he was like, don't worry. And then after a little bit of physicality from her, he kind of strikes her, maybe elbow push. Maybe the strangle is just like trying to keep her back. Maybe there's various degrees of the violence that could have happened if it happened. And I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to say varying degrees of eroticism.
You're about to get quoted by Cherry right now. What's the level that we would be able to accept? Because I know you're not supposed to hit a woman. Of course, I'm not justifying it, or like it's more commendable to be able to resist it and just find another way to get out of the situation. But if you're in a car, there's not much places to go, so you can't escape the situation. There's a lot of reasons for using your body, your hands. Hitting, I don't know. I would never do that. I don't think I would slap. I don't think I'd punch. I don't think I would kick. But like, if I'm doing this to keep you away from me, perfectly fine. Now, if Marvel Studios sees that, maybe they're like, "Oh, man touched woman. He can't be Kang anymore." And I can see why they would overreact, as wrong as they think it is. But there are people who believe. There are people who are going to buy tickets in New York, California, and places that go, we cannot support no physical domestic abusers because he did this to the woman when she was hitting on him. There's never a reason to hit a woman, and the guy who does that, how could Marvel stand by him? I can see that outrage.
Because he plays a villain.
Oh, but
that makes it better.
Thing, though, we could
no, that makes it the reason why they can stand by him. Though, we needed a villain.
Well, we could support fucking Ezra Miller, who fucking robbed people and groomed a fucking underage girl, and
there is video evidence of him.
And there's video evidence of that, by the way, and statements.
Holy shit!
We could support the fucking Flash. And I'm a DC fan, but he's a fucking piece of shit, and fuck that movie, I won't support it.
I'm only supporting Flash because it has Batman in it.
No, I don't give a fuck. Michael Keaton is fucking desperate. I don't know what he's thinking. He should not be in this fucking shit show, and I will not give any fucking money.
He's thinking, when's the last time?
No, I will not give that whatever the fuck he identifies as. I will not give it any fucking money because I am not going to support a documented piece of shit. And I don't give a fuck that he came out going, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I have mental issues." Fuck you. Everybody has issues that they're dealing with. The fact that you continued doing what you did, and it's only when you were called out on your bullshit that you sought help. He sought help because DC said, "Hey, if you don't seek help, we're going to fucking fire you." And that's the only fucking reason why this man is still allowed to be the Flash. And as long as that bullshit stands, I am not going to give a goddamn penny to that movie. I will not support a verified piece of shit. I won't do it. And if you're telling me that now we got to put Kang on a fucking cross to be sacrificed, then Ezra Miller and Alec Baldwin and David Hall should be fucking hanging with him. It's wrong.
Hold on. You said he only got help after he got called out for his bullshit? That's what you said?
Yes.
When are you starting Hooked on Phonics?
You get what I'm saying. The point still
I
stands.
did. We've called you out on not being able to read so many times. I assumed you would have gotten help by now.
Hey, you know what? It's a process. It's a everybody. So, like,
To
I'm
be
just
fair,
saying.
he is drunk.
I mean, but I'm just saying,
okay.
though, drunk or not, even a drunk man can see this is wrong. It's wrong on every level.
Mhm.
And if we're going to say that this man here should have the fucking book thrown at him and that these goddamn Twitter warriors are going to go and type on their fucking keyboard how wrong he is, well, then you should be, because you guys all jumped to a fucking cause, where the fuck is the hate for Ezra Miller? Where the fuck is the people going, oh, Alec, you fucking murdered somebody. Maybe we should watch your movie. I don't see any of that shit. None
The
of
hate
these
for Ezra Miller is in the fandom zone.
Not a goddamn person, and I'm proud to say, not anybody across any fucking YouTube channel has had the fucking balls to call Ezra Miller out. I don't see fucking any of these fucking Phantom Menace people fucking going, oh, what about this guy? No, none of these motherfuckers come out for that. But Jonathan Majors, all of a sudden, there's either I hate him or, oh, he's right. Like, it's bullshit.
No, I told you I've seen a fair number of thumbnails that said Jonathan Majors fired.
Which isn't even confirmed. Chill. Have you heard? Because I haven't heard a goddamn thing
No.
yet. As far as I heard, he was.
I'm sure there's a question mark in it.
Who knows?
Thank
Maybe
you.
if it didn't happen on a weekend and it was
Thank
on a
you,
weekday where they had meetings and they were there, they may have reacted and made an actual like decision and fired him or something. But it happened like on a Saturday. We learned about it, and then Sunday happens. You know, they're not at the office. And by the time they got to Monday, there was no like, I don't know, reason. You know,
People were not clamoring for information.
yeah. But look, May 8th is his court date, and maybe all the research and discovery will be accomplished. The taxi footage will show that it was not him doing wrong. If he put hands on her, maybe they'll show that it was a defensive maneuver and not an act of you are less than, I am your man, ha ha ha.
No, that's what I'm afraid of, is the exact movement that Chill was showing. Just the putting of your arms straight outwards. Just put it straight out. Like, okay, so you put it straight outwards to stop her from whacking you, and then she's being all fucking drunk and stumbly, and boom, you crack her right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just sticking your arm out being like, okay, get the hell away from me, and then you're like, oh, apparently I've hit you now. Like, how slowly is a person supposed to stop someone from hitting them?
Yeah. After being hit.
Right.
It's a human reflex, which is a natural thing. People lose their cool momentarily when they're struck, and I can see.
Yeah, ain't nobody talking about this being a Ray Rice situation. So
no, I hope not. Well, if he does really ground and pound on her, and there's footage of that, I can say no. I don't want Jonathan Majors in any movies that I'm going to be a part of. I think that's his career. I get it. I understand because I don't think you can have that much alcohol to justify that much of a beating. Like,
agree.
A strike, fine, but if it's UFC, no.
No, and I agree. Like, if he went ham on her and just fucking, a Creed 3 her, then no, I'm gonna say nah. Like, we here in the Phantom Zone, or at least me, I went a little overboard, but just the logistics.
You
and how they're
overboard?
Never. But if it's this kind of situation, then I gladly say, like, hey, man, you done fucked up. You shouldn't have done this. But just everything, and even how the police worded it, where they said she had minor cuts and bruises. But the attorney said her arm was bruised, she was strangled, she was slapped, and somehow the back of her ear had a laceration.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense logistically. It just doesn't. And I think that there is a huge disconnect, and I want the fucking footage. I want to see where this big fucking 12-round bout happened, because I just don't believe it happened how the fuck
12
they said it
rounds.
happened. I don't believe it happened how they said it
I don't
happened.
believe you call 911 yourself after a 12-round bout with a woman. I don't think that happens.
No, I don't. If you pound the shit out of the woman, your
So
very
she was
first-
pounding on me, but I've subdued her. You can come pick her up.
You know?
like no, I don't think that's how it happened. Unless he Lemon Pie had a great comment, said, unless all he has eaten all day is onion rings he stole from Unicorn, then maybe he's drunk. No, I did not steal her onion rings. We found out I had just put them in my pocket and forgot to give them to her. And
then ate them
goddamn it,
yourself.
she watches this channel, Lemon. She's gonna be like, "Yeah, remember
Why
the
would
time
you
you
put?
fucking
Why
stole
did
my
you
onion
put onion rings in your pocket?
Because there was no other place to put the onion rings.
I
There wasn't
wasn't
a
gonna
bag. Like, where was I gonna put the onion rings?
What did the onion rings come in?
They came in one of the little, like, the little, like, slits with the paper, and you put the 3 onion rings in it, and that kind of deal.
3?
Yeah, there were 3 big onion rings.
3?
Big onion rings.
They were big.
I've had big onion rings. I've never went someplace and gotten 3 onion rings.
What can I say? They were cheap as fuck over there. I don't know. Like, I was
Over
questioning
where?
Fuck, man. I don't know. I'm a couple drinks in. I can't remember where the fuck.
Now you. Oh my God.
Anyways, that's not the point. So, next article, Chill. I wanted to get your feelings on a real life Marvel superhero, Jeremy Renner, and him surviving that snowplow accident. We got some more details, and we found out that he got injured saving his nephew from the snowplow accident. And we looked at him during the Diane Sawyer interview, and he does not look like he has. He does not look like he has any injuries. He talked about he was training on a gravity bike, which I'm pretty sure Shield put him up. And he had some fucking
to be fair, he was wearing shorts, and I would say his legs may have looked a little skinny, but they didn't look like misshaped or anything like that. Like, he wasn't missing a whole bunch of muscle on one leg compared to the other or anything.
So, can I get your thoughts about how you feel like about a real life superhero who risked their life to save their nephew and broke like every fucking bone in their body and lived? And he said a quote. What was the quote?
He broke 30 bones, but they didn't count how many times he broke each bone, so he had way more breaks than 30.
He said, "I chose to live." And then he said some beautiful shit about love and titanium. I don't know. I almost broke down reading the article. What do you think about this? And he's a real life. He's my
Love
hero.
and Titanium was what Lemon Pie said he should use for his book.
I like that he's did it. I like that he's he's Hawkeye of all people. But now when we think of Hawkeye, we're like, nah, man, he deserves to be right up there with the other greats. Everyone says to themselves in a moment like that, absolutely, you sacrifice yourself for the women and the children, and you do dive into the dangerous act, and you save the nephew. Everyone thinks themselves that way. But for him to actually take action and risk himself and save a life. I don't know how young his nephew was, but young people don't make great decisions in these times, and he probably did actually save the life of his nephew, so it's commendable. But I still look at him as an actor. So when you asked me that, I was like, "Oh, Marvel Studios better get on top of this. Do the media, give him a movie, or
that's what I said.
That's all I think of them as actors."
Exactly. He's like, dude, Marvel needs a win. If you go, like, we got Hawkeye, he's fresh off of really saving someone. This motherfucker is a legit Avenger. To me, he's like a real life he has no superpowers in the movies, and he has no superpowers in real life. And he risked himself without a second fucking thought. And I even said, like, I've been in those situations where, uh, somebody close to me died and things like that. And when you're in that kind of situation, life or death, you don't know what your body's going to do. You don't know what your mind and your mentality is going to be like.
Wait,
But
is
to me,
that why you're always supposed to poop before you go into battle?
oh yeah, 100%. But you don't know what you're going to do in that situation when bullets start flying. And the fact that this civilian and this man who has no military training, he only is a actor who has training from doing his Marvel movies, he stepped up and saved somebody and thought selflessly of only the person he was trying to save. Like, to me, and I wanted to bring this story up because I hate being angry despite popular belief. I don't like to look. I don't like to have my blood pressure through the fucking roof. Okay, I'm 38. I don't want to die young, but I like stories every now and again when you hear about Hollywood. You think of the most narcissistic, selfish pieces of shit. And the fact that this man has never said anything out of character, he's never said a political stance, he's never said anything controversial, he's kept to himself, and he's always been a stand-up guy, just confirms he's not a piece of shit when you hear a story like this. Like, this goes
I don't know,
above
man. He was giving Brie Larson some attitude.
fuck her.
He's Iron Hawkeye now.
He is. I saw that comment.
I feel like I want to shorten it to just Iron Hawk, but okay.
Yeah, he's Iron Hawkeye. Like, now he actually is. Like, he's made of titanium and love. That's what he said. And I just wanted to be like, that shit hit me more than Tony Hawk's speech at the end of Endgame. I was just like, bro. Like, to me, that signifies how great of a person is. But you're here for the last article of the night, which is proper because it's a Marvel article.
Wait, let me add one more thing, though. Let me add one more last thing.
Yes,
Before you
please.
get to Ike Perlmutter. With Hawkeye, I wasn't, or with Jeremy Renner, I wasn't there when I was like a young person, maybe like, let's just say I was a 15-year-old. I was the guy who would kind of be frozen in my tracks and not assist. But Hawkeye or Renner, he's in his 50s. He knows enough to take action and to put himself in that situation. And I was just going to ask the panel, like, when did you become the guy who never like shook in fear? And it wasn't like, it was, when they say fight or flight, when were you the guy who actually took action? How old were you when you kind of got there? Because I think I could do that today. 15 and no, maybe somewhere around 21. That's probably where I could like, take action and get my hands messy, sacrifice myself for my little nephew. Uncle Chill will definitely come to save the day. What about you?
That's a great question, but I mean, have you ever been tested? Because I don't think I've ever been tested in that fashion, if that's what you mean.
No, nothing
like
that.
I haven't had to put my life on the line for anybody. So I'd like to think that I'd be able to, but there's no way to know for sure.
So when were you frozen? At what age would you?
Well, I never really like. There's nothing to freeze over either.
Okay.
I mean, when I was a wee little lad, I froze over, spiders and shit like that. But
yeah,
like at some point you gotta like in your mind, goddamn, really? That's twice. Fuck, man. Fuck. All I was gonna say was at some point you gotta like in your mind be like, okay, like you're a man now, so like yeah, you can be afraid of the spider, but you like take care of the spider. Okay.
Now. Jackie, and then I'll get to my story.
Jackie, when did you become a man?
Wait.
A mother. That's what I meant. I had the wrong M word.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, it's not really a fair question because, like I said earlier, I mean, I'm a mother and I do everything in my power always for these kids, and especially in personal
So
situations.
that's when it happened?
Huh?
When you had your first child, that's when the change happened?
Oh, I think it was probably when I was sitting in the middle of the desert a while ago. back,
Oh.
Yeah.
back in my younger days. But that was
Sounds
like
like a
early
good
20s.
time.
Okay, so I'm gonna share a story I haven't shared here on the
Holy
channel,
fuck,
or
again?
with
He's
my
full screen again?
or with my beautiful woman, and hopefully when you see this, I love you, honey. But
You're lucky he asked the question.
2010, I was in Somalia, and we were sitting on a village, and somebody had come
That's a
through.
tiny village.
Yeah, it was tiny village.
You sat on an entire village.
I did. I have a fat ass. Anyways, someone had come through, and they had threatened a village, and they had cut the head off of the leaders of the tribe and paraded it through, and threatened to burn down the village.
Oh,
And
pros.
yeah, they were pirates, not the Pirates of the Caribbean pirates, but douchebag pieces of shit pirates. And so they had started burning down the village. We had the go ahead to go in. I went into a hut to help out two kids. A part of the building had fallen down whilst I was pulling them out, and I have a pinched sciatic nerve in my third vertebrae, because I had a structure fall on my back, and I remember feeling a sharp pain, but I guess the adrenaline of everything that was going on and shit, like there was people screaming and everything else, and I had just thought that I had to get these kids out. I had like flashbacks, or I don't know, like images of my daughter, and she was young at this point, and I just thought, like, these are kids, and I want to make sure that the kids get out. And I remember after the smoke and everything else, I was choking. It was like flames and dark and everything else. And I just collapsed. Everyone had come and checked on me. I had to be carried back to the ship because I could barely walk. I remember just like asking if everyone was okay, and we had gotten out most of the people. But that was the day when I realized that inadvertently, I don't know if it was necessarily the thing to just save someone, but it was just having a kid myself. I did not want anything to happen to these kids because they were all victims, and the people were victims of these people. And so for me, that day, like, I had watched friends be murdered, and when I lived in New York, my best friend got stabbed in the throat. I had watched tons of death and things like that, and I kind of became sensitized to it. But it was something about that day and the scenery and everything that was going on that changed my perspective. And I said, yeah, I could jump in front of something for the people that I love. But it was scary. It was involuntary. It was like I did not have any control over my body. I just acted. And I don't tell this story because I don't want any like accolades or people to say, "Oh, that's great." I did it because it was just the right thing to do. It was the humane thing to do. And since then, I've always adopted that to whether I'm doing a stream or whether I'm talking about an article. It's that in this world, people scrap what the right thing to do is, what the right humane response and things there are to these kinds of things. And I said from that point on, I don't give a shit who finds me abrasive or whether or not people like my personality. I got enough fucking friends. I don't need to make any new ones. I just care about what's right in this world, because if everyone did, this world would be a better place. So that
Wow.
was when that changed for me.
Wow. That's a big ass lie that you would tell just so you could sound all noble. That's crazy. Can you believe this guy?
He keeps them straight too. It's very impressive.
But no, you know, when you serve with people, and Jay knows what I mean, when you serve with people and you live with them for so many months or years or however long you serve, those people become like members of your family you never knew you had. And I can honestly say anyone in my unit would take a bullet for me, and I would gladly lay down my life for anybody in that unit to make sure everyone got home to their family. And that is something I had to get used to when I came back here, because that sense of camaraderie is what the rest of the world is missing. We're all divided over stupid, petty bullshit, and life is short. And if we all had the mentality that was instilled in me in training and going on my trips in the military, this world would be a fucking better place.
I'll add one thing. I think the physicality, like you just said, it was instilled during training. We are too not physical. Like the jobs that we do are sitting computers or sitting and driving a truck or sitting and, there's never much work to be done. So maybe that affects the camaraderie. And when we're going to work on our 9 to 5s, on our commutes on the bus, or like while we're driving and getting our drive through, we don't look at each other as like people who really put in work. We see people as like the simple tasks that they are when they go to work. So like maybe the camaraderie isn't there because we're not out of breath and trying hard, I think. Is that a stretch? No?
No, I agree. Like, Jay, you're a perfect person to ask because you're still in the shit. How close are you to the people in your unit and the people you work with? Like, what is it like? Because I know you know the deal
know
about
you
going
know.
through the shit.
So honestly, I would do anything for my unit, and I love all of them very much. I didn't actually go anywhere with these people. It was a prior unit. So the prior unit is always going to be my home. And, I have people, my battle buddy from my prior unit, basically saved my life when I was going through all of my fertility stuff that I was telling you guys about all in October and everything. And so she basically saved my life where I had to have that emergency surgery. And she knew she had a fitness test the next day, and she literally stayed up with me all night sitting in the hospital because she didn't want me to be alone because my husband was 3 hours away. And and had I not listened to her, I would have died that day. And so I know my new unit, I'm still kind of new. We haven't really like bonded much. My team is good. We're pretty solid, but like the leadership and stuff doesn't really mean as much to me. And I know like when I was in my emergency surgery with my prior unit, like I woke up from my emergency surgery to my commander in the room, my first sergeant in the room, my readiness sergeant in the room, and my friend that was there with me, and they were like, "What do you need?" And they were like, I was like, I need my husband, I need my car, I need my shit packed up, I need like all this stuff. And they just did literally everything so that I could get home and recover. So
And it's all because you guys went through some shit when you guys were training.
Yep. And we deployed together, and we all knew each other. We'd worked together for a long time, and so it's a really powerful experience, and I think that everybody should do it for at least 4 years of their life after they get out of high school.
Yeah, I think there's something special about when you go through so much shit and you're in it in the basic, and then you get your school that you're assigned to or whatever, and you go for your rate. And there's something about going through that whole process where you, with these people you never met, you all went through the same thing, the same waking up at fucking 4 a.m. and doing drills and marching and, training
Oh,
and
you're talking about getting up at 4 a.m. and you're talking about going through the shit? I fucking did that. I was a dairy farmer.
so yeah, you get it. Like when you Eric,
I went through
Bitchy,
a lot of shit.
Bitchy looked at my photo and she says, "You look fucking miserable." I like that photo was taken like 2:30 in the morning during intake. Jay knows what I'm talking about. Nobody's photo looks fucking happy. You're miserable. People are screaming at you from when you get off the fucking bus until you get into your rack at night. They're telling you you're a worthless piece of shit. Blah blah blah. Why the fuck are you moving so slow? Stuff like
Apparently, the
that.
motivation worked.
And
Yep.
it did. It worked because we were all like, fuck these people. We're going to prove them wrong and we're going to make it through this fucking hell. And all of us did. And I think that that kind of bonding experience, like Chill said, is missing. Even with people you go to work with, you only see them for 8-9 hours. For me, it's like 10 or 11 because I work at a bar. But for everybody else, you only see them for a couple of hours. So you only have that time to bond with people. But when you see them day in and day out, you sleep in the same fucking room as everybody else. You hear all the stories and you hear where everybody is from. You start to get that bond. Unlike the bond that is farming in Marvel Entertainment right now, with everybody being fucking laid off. That's the best transition I've done.
Ever?
so,
Sure.
so Marvel's
There was a
Entertainment.
way better one earlier, but you passed it up.
You know what? God damn it, PB. Marvel Entertainment's Ike Perlmutter booted amid Disney's layoffs. So it's good to see that higher ups are getting booted, but I always kind of find it funny how Bob and the gang seem to be booting all these people that I don't feel maybe responsible directly for the shitty state that Marvel is in. So let's read on and find out why Isaac was kicked off of the Disney train. Walt Disney Co. has bounced Marvel Entertainment chairman Ike Perlmutter, the 80-year-old comics titan who has long been a prickly presence. Try saying that 10 times fast. Within the Burbank Entertainment Company, got swept up in a board cost-cutting move that
Nope.
began.
Nope.
What,
That one was pretty close, so I'll give you a break. You said bored. It's broad.
broad cost-cutting move that began early this week. Disney confirmed Wednesday that Perlmutter had received his pink slip. Dun, dun, dun. We had the same idea. Disney purchased the comic publisher Marvel in 2009. Perlmutter instantly became one of the largest individual shareholders in the entertainment conglomerate, giving him rare powers. Disney afforded the Israel
Whoa,
American
whoa, whoa, whoa,
billionaire.
whoa, 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 whoa. Disney purchased the comic book publisher Marvel, and this guy got rare powers. Like, talk about a fucking origin story.
Disney afforded the Israeli American billionaire a wide berth to help shape Marvel's strategy and products, including Iron Man
No,
and the
no,
Avengers.
no. Projects, not products.
I
Projects.
said projects,
No.
including Marvel's Iron Man and the Avengers movies that have generated billions of dollars in box office receipts for Disney. In recent years, Perlmutter's preview has been significantly
Purview.
smaller.
Purview.
I
Not
said purview.
preview. You
I said
said
purview.
preview. You said
I said
preview.
purview.
Bullshit.
God damn it. Significantly smaller and separate from the powerful Marvel film studio led by Kevin
Robot. He's a robot. I watch She-Hulk. I know the truth.
Fuck. Never mind. Perlmutter, once Marvel's chief executive, saw his role diminished in 2015. Management shuffle. This one I'm fucked up on.
The fracas.
The fracas began with Perlmutter.
What's up, Cornelius?
Tried to get Kevin, the architect of Marvel's lucrative film strategy, fired. Tried to fire Big Kev, and they were like, nope. I thought
want to try and do that.
I thought that was a mistake, and I stepped in to prevent that from happening, said Disney's chief executive, Big Bob, a.k.a. Bob Iger, a.k.a. Steel Balls.
He's not also known as Bob Iger. He's known as Bob Iger.
No, you can't question the fucking genius that is Zob.
The man, the myth, the legend, Bobby Boy. During a February appearance on CNBC. So I moved the movie making operation of Marvel Studios out from under Ike into the movie studio under Alan Horn. Perlmutter was not happy about it, and I think that unhappiness exists today. No shit. This old ass fuck had nothing to live for but that, and then you took it away from him. Of course he wasn't fucking happy. He was like, fuck you, Bob, and your big elephant balls.
And they took away the TV because in 2019, Disney Plus became the TV series place, and there's no more Cloak and Dagger or Daredevil, whatever else he did.
Cloak and Dagger was good.
Yeah, it was. And so was Daredevil. I'm kind of on Perlmutter's side here. Perlmutter played a supporting role in Disney's recent boardroom drama when he lobbied Disney leadership to support the campaign billionaire activist investor Nilsen Peltz.
Sure.
Who was agitating to, I'm right about that, right? They worded that.
Yes, also
yeah, they
correct.
just fucked that all up. You didn't. They did.
That is fucked up. Agitating. Thank you. It was not me. I'm vindicated.
That's a weird way to use the word agitating, but
agitating to join Disney Board of Directors. Pulitz's efforts began.
No, why did you said it right the first time? What the fuck happened that time? What?
Beer goggles. Peltz efforts to begin last year before Iger returned to the company. Big Bobby returned with big changes, and little Bob was ousted. At the time, the other Bob that no one cares about was still in charge, and Perlmutter called the embattled CEO, Disney's chief financial officer, Christine McCarthy, and board member.
Never heard of her.
Safra Katz. They're probably all fired to advocate for Peltz's inclusion on the board. Disney said in a regulatory filing. Perlmutter, according to Disney, said having Peltz would help Mr. C counter recent headwinds he faced, solidify his position as CEO, and preempt any other potential shareholder nominations of director nominees. Dun, dun,
That said Chapek, not C.
According to Disney's filings, Perlmutter said without Mr. Peltz, their former executives, including Mr. Iger, would be back at Disney. After Iger returned in November, he made it clear that Peltz was not welcomed on the board. Big Bob laid down his big dick and knocked out Peltz. Bam! Instead, Iger focused on corporate restructuring and cost-cutting program to find $5.5 billion in savings. The plan included the elimination of about 70,000 jobs, which you can guarantee were not
7.70.
Fuck it, I'm rolling with it. 7,000 jobs that you can guarantee were not CEO or any other bullshit position that they invent in Disney.
The CEO's not a
Or-
bullshit position. Someone's got to sign the checks.
Hey. Fuck that. At about 4% of Disney's global workforce, with those layoffs expected to conclude before early summer. The cost cutting won the endorsement of Peltz, who disbanded his proxy campaign in February. Peltz threw in the towel after the knockout blow from Big Bob. The New York Times first reported that Perlmutter had been laid off, but those were all rumors and speculation because Big Bob came out and said, no, he was hit by the Big Bob train. Perlmutter, who lives in Palm Beach, Florida, which we know is expensive as fuck.
Why the fuck do I care about that?
Also is known for maintaining friendly relations with former President Trump, which has
Oh, okay.
to do with anything.
Okay,
Why the fuck
Florida.
does it come
Gotcha.
back to? Why the
Florida.
fuck does it
Jesus
come back
Christ.
to? Oh my God! So we see the real.
He got
okay,
fired for talking to Trump. Is that what just
yeah.
happened?
So
It had nothing to do with any of the thing that he actually did at work. And they're like, "You talk to Trump? Get the fuck out!"
So,
Okay.
so does this seem like a political assassination? Big Bob came in with his fucking ninja stars and threw
No,
back
I want
fucking.
to see Big Bob
Peltz.
run against President Trump. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I would love that. That would be my favorite election of all time. I don't know who
Little Bobby.
Bobby, you laid down like 7,000 people. You're fired. Come on, chill. Would you not want to see that election, Big Bob versus Trump?
I don't think Bob Iger has, like, you know when comedians do the accent of a former president? How do you sound Iger?
You gotta muster the most generic white voice that you can think of.
Hey guys, today at Disney, we're gonna make some big changes.
I have no idea what he sounds like. I know I've heard him talk before. I have no idea what he sounds like.
Gee golly, guys, we're gonna make Disney great again.
If that's fucking, I'm gonna shit myself if he's got it nailed right now.
All right, guys. I need to get off of here.
Oh.
We'll see you later. Right before we end, everybody go check out Books by Jay's channel. She's got the greatest content, and her and a certain somebody on this panel are both working on novels which will become best hits and #1 sellers, and we're gonna be fucking rich.
Yeah.
You can only imagine what's gonna be in my novel.
Would you like to see some Jenny McCarthy exclusives before I go?
Yes.
Look, if Jeremy
Yes.
ever...
Shut up! Shut up!
If Jeremy ever publishes
God damn.
Titanium in Love, we're fucked. He's gonna take #1.
Please, Jackie.
Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Thank you.
Let's see. Window.
You sound like Uncle Jesse. Oh, there's a thing on the screen. Don't touch the screen, guy.
So I don't know if you guys have been following me on the TikTok or the Facebooks or
TikTok? TikTok?
Yep.
wait. You said the only options were TikTok and Facebook.
And the Twitter.
Okay.
And the Twitter.
And the Twitter and the Insta. So this was...
I don't know if I followed you on Instagram.
I do, you fucking primitive son of a bitch.
I don't do much on Instagram.
I wanted to share that with you guys. But this is my logo.
Spellbinding path.
So, not that one.
Aw.
Just to let you know, I'm a free agent, so I'm looking for a publisher currently.
The fuck does that mean?
Just understand I can't pay you.
That's okay. I work for free. Look, Stephen King made it. Everybody made it. You know, they had to make some sacrifices. It's cool. But on a serious note, everybody go support Jackie because she's a wonderful human being. I don't know how the fuck I conned her on this panel. Honestly, she's too nice. Ooh, a descendant. This sounds like me talking about Alec Baldwin.
You couldn't even read the title?
Descent to Madness.
This is finally my book one of my Terracona saga that hopefully I'm going to be releasing in October. So
Ooh.
you guys are getting the sneaky peek at the cover.
What's it say at the top?
It says Terracona Saga, book one.
Oh, okay.
So
By the way, if I brought a copy, can I get it signed so
Of
that I
course.
have a head up on all these fake people who are going to claim to be your fans for years? I'll be like, motherfucker, I had her on my channel. She's a part of the crew.
yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I love you guys and you guys are my family. So
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It means so much, Jay.
Jill came and became part of the family. We
Jill.
adopted Jill. Now he's got a
Oh,
whole.
don't go down this route again. Just don't fucking say it.
All right,
Don't
I love you
fucking say
guys.
it.
Good night. I'll see you
Good
later.
night,
Okay.
Jackie.
Okay, so let's finish this up because it's the final article of the night. Let's finish the massacre.
Chill,
that
just so
Bob-
you're aware, he's going to say some ridiculous stuff about what happened tonight because his memory is a little
Yeah.
wacky.
But you'll
Okay.
always remember. Iger, long and outspoken Democrat, has entertained the idea of running for president, though he decided against it because he doesn't have the time with killing Bob 2. Despite the tensions within Disney, Perlmutter was key to one of Iger's biggest success stories. It was Disney's $4 billion acquisition of Marvel following the 2006.
$4 billion. $4 billion.
Oh my! Did you really have to interrupt that one? I thought that was perfectly acceptable. We knew he was talking about dollars.
In
Which
the
currency,
2000
PB?
the 2006 purchase of Pixar Animated Studios that helped transform the company into a juggernaut. The deal
No,
brought
that one would have been acceptable if you would have said into the juggernaut. That would have been acceptable because it's a Marvel pun.
the deal brought a trove of pop culture PV figures, including
There you go. That'd be fun.
Spider-Man, the X-Men, Iron Man, the Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and the Fantastic Four, among other characters, helped inspire movies, television shows, and video games. The purchase was part of a creative shift in Hollywood as movie studios became increasingly reliant upon comic book-based stories that appeal to an established fan base. Perlmutter served in the Israeli army during the Six-Day War of 1967, according to Dan Revy's Comic Wars Marvel Battle for Survival. Okay. He arrived in New York months
Wait,
later.
was that a book? Was that a book?
I guess so.
Okay.
He arrived in New York months later with $250 in his pocket and dreams of making his fortune. His friend and former Marvel board chairman Mort E. Handel told The Times in 2012 he sold toys in Brooklyn and eventually started the Odd Lot Trading Inc., a company purchased discount soap, beauty products, and toys that it resold at dollar stores. Bam! Perlmutter. He's a man's man. Perlmutter sold his company in the mid 80s to drugstore chain operator Revco. The turnaround specialist went on to invigorate other films, including Colco Inc., the struggling maker of Cabbage Patch dolls, and Remington, the electric shavers firm. With the sales of those companies, Perlmutter generated huge windfalls. He brought Marvel out of bankruptcy in the late 1990s by outmaneuvering legendary financiers, including Carl Icahn. Okay. Under
So
Perlmutter,
he knows how to create a company that he knows is going to have an expiration date, and he knows exactly when to sell said company. Is that what is happening there?
yes, this man,
Because
I
that
don't.
seems almost a little, it seems almost dastardly. Because somebody's like, we can make Cabbage Patch dolls, and he's like, fuck if you can.
Iger, in 2009 interview for the New York Times, said he had been studying the comic book publisher and Marvel movie studio for some time. He said he admired the way executives managed the company from creative and business perspective. In 2009, Iger and Perlmutter met in Perlmutter's New York office to discuss possible deal, which was unveiled 3 months later. 3 years later, in 2012, the Times described Perlmutter's management style and eye for recognizing value in businesses that others deemed worthless. The executive, whose net worth is estimated at $4 billion by Forbes, who was legendary for his fertility,
Yeah,
for
legendary fertility. Man,
And
secretaries. Shoot.
you were a fan of Iger. I guess you should have been a fan of Perlmutter.
I know Perlmutter just like, why the fuck is this man fired? Holy shit. Former executives say Perlmutter would retrieve paper clips from the trash and tear up old memos to create new
Does
notepads.
that answer why he was fired?
No, man, like, yo, you want that motherfucker. I'm sorry. He's like pinching them pennies. The guy's whole life is dedicated to
It's
being
almost like he has excellent frugality.
he is dedicated to being a success, said the former Marvel exec Scott M. Sassa told the Times in 2012. Perlmutter had shown himself especially adept at turning around troubled companies. Sassa noted, he's not Mr. Charming, but once you get to know him, he's a guy I really like a lot. Apparently, Iger did not. He's super smart, incredibly loyal to the people, and highly principled. So, so Perlmutter, despite that whole bullshit we just heard, and kind of an inspiring story, Big Iger came and smacked him with his big wang and said, "Get the fuck out." How do we feel about it?
But what was he doing though? In 2015, when Kevin Feige becomes the president of Marvel Studios, and he gets to operate and do everything on his own, and then 2019, when Disney Plus comes along, and now even the television shows are taken by Feige, he was just there, and we're at the cost-cutting
It
period of our life.
never really says like specifically what these special powers were. Where they were like,
Yeah,
okay, we will give you control of X amount of TV shows, X amount of movies, and you don't get to do anything else, but you can do whatever you want with that kind of stuff. We have no idea. There's no specific on it.
it feels to me, and stop me if I'm wrong, but it feels to me like
You're
Bob
wrong.
is trying to cut all the people that haven't served a real role without cutting all of the people who are directly responsible to the shit that is in Marvel right now. Like he's trying to axe all of these other people because I'm hearing this story, right? And we can all agree. What the fuck did this man do to get Marvel in the state that it's in right now? Because from what I heard, he's been riding the back seat for years. So how is he responsible for the current state of Marvel? Like I know they got rid of that Alonzo chick who was supposed to
I
be the
don't know. The
successor to
way
Bob.
that you read the second half of the article made it seem like he was good at like doing business operations.
Yeah, not it doesn't sound like it sounds like he handled the business managing of, okay, I see something like Marvel or something adjacent to that and I'm going to acquire it, and then we're going to like dress it all up, make it a big property, and then resell it. And it sounds like his uprising that was short-lived was the fact that he recognized that the profits were diminishing and he was trying to do something about it. So in retrospect, it appears like he fired the person who saw the company's profits diminishing and was trying to right the ship in his own way. So strategically, is this a poor move, or is this a grudge? Is this Bob getting rid of someone who
Oh my
doesn't
God!
agree with his
Like,
tactics? Like,
what was the whole point of putting Trump in the article?
not a goddamn. I have no
They
clue.
just
They're
kind
just
of
like,
stuck that right in there, and then you read the whole second half, and you're like, oh, this guy's really good at business operations, so why would you get rid of him? Even if you didn't put him in control of something that was, let's say, creative as far as Disney's concerned, but like you put him in the office and you say, hey, make this fucker run fucking smooth as silk. I bet he can handle it.
yeah, like it doesn't
Okay,
sound
so
like.
then they throw Trump in that article, and it's like, I know that Bob Iger's got a problem with Trump.
So it sounds like to
This other
me, if
guy talked to him, so
it sounds like to me, if we're reading between the lines, because there was someone who was supporting his nemesis. This sounds to me, and I mean, I'm just going based on what we read. This sounds like a personal beef that Bob got rid of, and it just happened to be a CEO, which he could justify by saying, "Well, all this money we were paying him
yeah, we
is
just
now going
shifted
back in the company."
around.
He
We're
got an excuse.
consolidating.
He got this guy who was lobbying for Nelson Fritz or whatever that name was.
Yeah,
He's starting to cause trouble, and he's looking at it like, man, when we got Lucasfilm, we didn't keep George Lucas. Why did we get Marvel and keep this Ike Perlmutter guy? He can go. He's 80. Bye.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Time to
Chill, you
retire.
put it. Yeah, that's the short of it. Like, and to me, is this a good decision? Like, this man seems like maybe not movies and marketing, right? But it seems like you would want to keep a guy who could take struggling businesses and reshape them to successful businesses. Like, I don't know about you. Look, I don't run a multi-billion-dollar company, but that seems to me like the guy you want to keep in this. So it's a very confusing move to me. How does this make me feel better about the next Marvel project coming out?
Well, no. Look. These movies
It's
take
gonna
years to
cost
come to
more money.
development. We're blaming Bob Chapek for all of the shortcomings, but all of these movies and decisions were set in place during the Iger years, and now everything that's coming out now, like what's coming out now, Thunderbolts, Blade. I think there's a new Star Wars movie we're expecting. These were all
Bro,
decisions
Blade
that
ain't
Bob
never coming
Chapek
out.
well,
Blade's gonna be in
with
development hell forever.
with Kathleen Kennedy, sure, but
Deadpool and Wolverine.
every movie that's going to come in 2023 and 2024 from Pixar and the other Disney stuff, these are all Bob Chapek greenlit movies, and they may be good. And Iger is going to get the adulation for it. Like, this is not fair. It's a mess. And these firings, aside from the Victoria Alonso one, because she did work with VFX, and there were complaints about that, and all the outsourced the digital effects artists are happy because it means that there's no more crunch, there's no more limited, restricted amount of time that you actually get to work on your film, and they're not going to give you a reshoot and say fix that up in post. Like, it's much more healthier now that Victoria Alonso's there. Victoria Alonso, who was quoted this week to say we make the movies. What? Yeah, her being gone is a plus. Iger being gone is just saving money. There's nothing he provided.
Would you say that her being gone is a
Disney
Plus? There we go.
Planet Q's Queen said a very good thing right here. Well, we can't really blame Bob Iger for the shit that has gone wrong with Marvel lately.
Igor.
And I would kind of agree with that, but kind of disagree, because you have to remember, in the film world, as Chillmonger just stated, this is shit that's in production for 5 to 6 years. And if we all remember, that's when Bobby was out the door. So all of these shitty things we see coming down the pipeline are just stuff that was already being
It's
made.
all Kathleen Kennedy's fault. Wait.
Oh, fuck that cunt. I've been
That's
waiting
the
for her
wrong
to die
channel.
for
I'm
years.
on the wrong channel. I'm sorry.
I've been waiting for that bitch to go, hey, look, all you stupid fucking YouTubers who are talking about she's fired, just give it up, okay? This bitch has been fired for like,
No,
10 years now?
I seen some ridiculous headline that said if Kathleen Kennedy doesn't get a Star Wars movie into theaters by December 2025, I think it was,
Yeah.
then she's gonna be fired. And I was like,
Yeah,
first of
fucking...
all, I would love a Star Wars movie. That would be great. Second of all, I laughed.
2025? She will
Huh.
shit out
You got
something
two more,
anytime.
there's,
It's not
there'll
even like
definitely be a Star Wars movie. I don't know what the fuck
dude,
it's
we
gonna
can make
be.
a Star Wars movie by 2025.
It doesn't even have to start filming until mid 2024, right? Like they have so much time to get a script, hire everyone, and get a movie out.
A lot of time. I was like, wow, okay, what a
Chill,
story.
you've been doing this for a while. I'm sure you've seen the ridiculous people talking about this bullshit for like years now, and it's
Good
so crazy
morning,
to me.
Laura.
Good morning, Laura. Good to see you. It's so crazy to me because it's like when you go on and like I love the panel I was on with Perp and you and everybody else. Like when you go on other channels, it's just like no reason for why they hate what they hate. And it's just the stupid, most ridiculous things. And like, look, that's not to say Marvel or Star Wars or fuck, I'll admit it, even DC doesn't have problems. God, that hurt my soul. That hurt. That hurt. Shazam 2, I wanted to love you, but I can't. Anyways, it's not to say that these movies don't have issues, but I think people don't focus on the film issues. They focus on the drama behind the scenes. And yes, that could contribute to the movie, but that's not the sole thing. There's a director, there's a writer, there's a producer, there's fucking
And we
the
don't give
camera
enough
guy.
to the writer. I think the writer is crucial, way more than what the director did. It's always about the story that was actually scripted before I get to the directing
That's
choice
what
of the
makes
angles.
BVS so terrible.
Exactly, exactly like the writing can make or break a film. You can have the shittiest movie in the world, but I've seen some shitty movies that were saved by the story structure and the characters, right? And you're like, oh my God, if they just had a little bit of more money, like you could tell if they had the funding. Like, take for instance Terrifier. I love those movies. Terrifier 1, Terrifier 2. Now, that ain't winning.
First one is better.
Look, I'm not gonna listen to your crazy bullshit. We had a debate on
The
this.
Terrifier is not supposed to have a fucking story. That was the whole point of what made him so goddamn terrifying was because there was nothing to follow. There was no final girl, and they're all like, "No, we gotta start following the tropes, motherfuckers."
No,
goddamn.
hey, I love the final girl, and the fact that he used.
I love the final girl too. Like, who didn't jump back when you got to the shower scene? Give me a fucking break.
Look, I'm just saying. The difference is, though, that those are
the first one is better.
Fuck you. Those are small, independent people making a film on a shoestring budget, and you can forgive that because the fact that they care enough to give the fans what they want and to try their hardest to service everybody who donated their time and money, that speaks a lot. But when you get into the corporate structure, well, now you got a writer and he writes a script, but then the person ahead of Marvel goes, no, that's not going to fit into movie 2, 3, and 4. So now they got to change the script. And Sam Raimi talked about this. I believe Multiverse of Madness was supposed to be a lot darker than it was. And I'll defend that movie. I loved it. I thought it was good. It had that Sam Raimi flavor, but it felt muted. And you could feel where he had to cut shit in that movie. I don't know about you, Chill. I haven't seen a review by you on it, but I felt like he scaled back. And you could feel where there were rewrites and shit like, oh no, this is Marvel. We gotta be funny. We gotta be family friendly. You can't be going crazy. This isn't the Evil Dead. And why not? that shit
Did you
should have
feel
went
more
hard.
of it at the ending, or did you feel more of it in the beginning of the movie? Because they're notorious for changing as soon as those scripts make the internet on Marvel subreddit, spoiler subreddit, then it's all of a sudden changed.
Yeah, I felt like really the end of the movie
Subreddit.
felt the end. And PB, I haven't gotten your thoughts on this. I know we did a
On
discussion
what?
about that, but the ending of the movie felt kind of like a mess. Like I don't know.
The ending of Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, like
I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I feel like the word that's sticking in my head is abrupt.
yes, it felt abrupt. It felt like there was a whole section we missed of this movie that was just fucking cut from the film, and Raimi has come out and said that they cut and this is why he hasn't worked with Marvel in years, because they did the same bullshit to Spider-Man. They fucking mutilated that third Spider-Man movie. He did not want to have Venom in it. He didn't want to have. He
I
wanted
love
to focus on
Spider-Man
one
3.
film.
I love Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
That's
I
the
love
one
it
he,
too.
that's the one he dances in.
Oh yeah, that was fucking hilarious as shit. But we all love it for the wrong reasons. What I'm saying is that wasn't Sam
What are the
Raimi.
wrong reasons to love dancing?
Sam Raimi had a vision.
What kind of footloose bullshit is this?
Sam Raimi had a vision, and Sony stepped in and mutilated it. Like, I don't know, Chell. What is your feelings about how much we see in these new Marvel movies versus what should be in there and what could make it as good as what we got before?
Laura said, "Which movies we talking about? Like, you're talking about Multiverse of Madness, right?"
Yes.
Multiverse of Madness, all these new phase, what are we in 5 movies? They
No,
all
we were
feel like
specifically talking about Multiverse of Madness for like
no,
the last
fuck it. Let's
4 or
just
5
include
minutes.
all of
But,
them.
oh my
They're
goodness.
all
Okay,
missing
sure.
something.
They're all, and they all feel the same. And getting the Victoria Alonso quote recently saying, "We make the movies, like it's not about the directors," I can see that. I get it. You'd benefit a lot if you just let someone just risk it, go do the movie.
So do
You're
you
not going to
think-
get a 200 million budget, but we'll give you like a 60 million budget. You'll do Daredevil, so there's no CGI special effects that are going to be expensive. Here, do the best you can with Daredevil, because Joker made $1 billion and that had a budget of 50 million, maybe.
50.
That sounds about right. If you could do that with Joker, you could do a Daredevil movie where he's got sonar hearing, and maybe that's when you get to the VFX. But other than that, you could, and just get a director. Stay out of that director's way. Watch the movie and just woohoo, just risk it. It's not that difficult.
I agree. Like,
okay, my question is then real quick is, do you think they did that with Taika Waititi? Because that's the only name that sticks out as a director from all of the movies that Marvel has made anywhere in the near recent past.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
James Gunn. Well, James Gunn was nobody before Marvel, wasn't he?
Correct.
I could say James Gunn is not a nobody now, but everything he's doing in this movie with Guardians 3 after the firing, doing the Suicide Squad, coming back because the cast said we're not doing a movie without him. I think that he has some sort of like level of the ability to say no, to shoot down studio suggestions that maybe others didn't. Sam Raimi might have had that too, but not Ryan Coogler or who else is there? Hey, there's a reason the Russo brothers aren't back. The Russo brothers were probably like, no, we're going to direct the movie we want. We just did the highest grossing film ever. You can't tell us no. We
Twice.
know twice with Infinity War and Endgame. And then they provided 2 other movies which are loved. How are you going to tell the Russos no? I think. Well, so what was the question, PB?
Which directors are getting this leeway and which ones aren't?
Those are the only ones I can think about. Russos, James Gunn. Yeah.
And James Gunn, just FYI, James Gunn wasn't a nobody before he directed.
So then,
James Gunn was actually very.
Okay, so then what would you say is the
last? Eye.
So then, Endgame is the last movie that was done by a director that gets to do their own film. Oh, so
Sam
Spider-Man.
Raimi, Multiverse.
Oh, Multiverse. And you think he got to do what he wanted with that movie? Because I don't think Sam Raimi ever gets to do what he wants with a superhero movie.
Never that one.
Because he
Okay,
wants to make it like they made fucking Swamp Thing.
okay, so here's what I just want to clear something up. James Gunn, before he joined Marvel, here's the movies he did. Scooby-Doo, which,
Okay.
whether you like it or
Don't give
not,
a fuck. Nope.
made
Didn't
a
know.
ton of
No.
money. That's not the point. He wasn't a nobody. He did a big franchise, and it
Okay.
fucking killed it in the box office. Dawn of the
What's
Dead, Scooby-Doo 2, Slither, Super, and then he did Guardians of the Galaxy.
James Gunn did Slither?
Yep.
I
And not
enjoy
only
that
did he
movie
do,
a lot, but it's fucking weird.
he did Super, he did Guardians of the Galaxy
Super.
at that point.
So he was
that-
somewhat accomplished. He wasn't a destined Daniel
What?
Cretton who just got off the street
Right.
to do Shang-Chi. He was more accomplished than that. That's,
Yeah,
that's
he was-
cool.
He was definitely more accomplished. And then in between the Guardians, he did the Belko experiment. And in between Guardians 2, he did Brightburn and the Suicide Squad.
So
Guardians
he's
3.
by the time you get to the third film, he's not a nobody. Let him have free reign. Taika Waititi, I think he got an Oscar for Jojo Rabbit. So when he comes back for Love and Thunder, he does have a little bit of, and the success of Ragnarok, he does got sway and
I love Ragnarok.
Maybe they mistrusted.
I don't know. I don't know if I like him more as a director, if I like him more as an actor. Because Korg is amazing.
Yeah, not to mention the volume, which they haven't mastered the same way the Mandalorian has, is night and day the quality that Mandalorian is compared to like the other things that Marvel's been doing, Love and Thunder. The volume is, the volume, the technology where they have all the screens rather than green screens. You can actually see that thing is now like the new toy, and Marvel hasn't figured it out. Quantumania didn't look.
Marvel hasn't figured out any type of their effects since after the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Pretty much since Disney has had Marvel, the effects have not been as good as everything else that Disney makes, which is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like, Disney's, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it again. Disney's the ones that made the rhinos in Black Panther.
Oh, God. Chill heard me go on a rant about this. Fuck those
man.
rhinos.
You want to know what rhino looks more real? Ace fucking Ventura.
Yeah. Dude, the rhino birthing scene, that looked more real.
You fucking know that it's fake, and you're like, I'm not so sure.
It baffles my mind.
Welcome back, Christine.
Welcome back, Christine. The CGI, with them treating the VFX and the people who understand the technology like shit, I don't know. That just that really
right? Yeah, like the amount of people that they're willing to hire and the deadlines that they gave them are completely ridiculous. It's like, okay, if this is the deadline, you got to hire more people, and you can afford to hire more people, and you're gonna get a better quality, and you're not gonna get people roasting you. Because when you watch fucking Captain America slide off the top of a floating fucking, I don't know what they call those things in Wakanda, but goddamn, that irks me too. I was like, this movie's supposed to be great, and then I just see something that looks super janky right in the middle, and I was like, fuck, man, it looks so goddamn real for the last goddamn hour and a half. And now this one moment's making me go, this didn't happen, did
it? I don't know. It's just fucking crazy. The bottom line is, Disney.
The Mandalorian doesn't have that fucking problem. It had a goddamn house-sized crocodile jump up out of the water and eat a fucking dragon, and it looked completely fucking real.
The thing.
What the fuck?
You know that it's getting close to us fucking ending the stream because it's almost 4 hours. But the thing I want to put out there is that my gripes with the Mandalorian have nothing to do with the VFX. It looks.
Oh, I know what it. Hold on, let me guess. Let me guess what it has to do with the Mandalorian. Can I guess?
Oh, go ahead.
They don't have a movie palette.
Oh, gosh, PB, where could the Mandalorian get a movie palette to upgrade and look snazzy when he's traveling around with little Grogu?
Oh, he could go to moviepalette.com, and if he wanted to save money, he could put in code Zone15, save 15%. At moviepalette.com, he spruce up that what is it? The N1?
The N1 Naboo fighter, yeah, he could be traveling around with his very own movie palette. And I don't know what the Mandalorian likes as far as movies go, but I imagine it's some kind of war movie or epic or something like that. So he could just look
He's
up his favorite
probably a
movie.
Rogue One fan.
Yeah, and if he's a Rogue One fan, he could just type that into their search engine, look up the movie palette for Rogue One, and then he can have his own snazzy movie palette like I do
Keep
for
turning, keep turning, keep turning. Tilt up,
uh,
tilt up, tilt up. There you go.
and as you can see right there, I have my Nicolas Cage shrine, and no Nick Cage shrine is complete without your dedication.
National Treasure 2 Movie Palette from moviepalette.com. Go there today.
so, so we're gonna wrap this up because we're almost 4 hours in. Thank you to everybody for watching this return to form for late night talks. Yes, Neil Typicalus, as always. As you should. Thank you, Laura B. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for Books by Jay for coming by and hanging with us for damn near like 2 hours and some change. Thank you to Pop Culture PV after his long trek around the world, coming and
He
hanging out
didn't
with
go
us. And
around
thank
the
you
world.
to Chillmonger for shedding some light on various subjects and coming to finally come to the Phantom Zone. Like, he hasn't been to my channel. I'm so glad he popped in and joined us.
I've also never said no, so it's not like it's on my part, you know.
I know.
It's true. It's true.
You should know I'm really bad with links. Like, I was like, hey, maybe I should send him a link and see if he wants to do it.
I was up. These are my hours.
Nice. Like, yeah, I gotta get you on some more of these late night talks. This is as long as we normally go. Normally I start at midnight, so this is kind of early for us. Normally it'd be like midnight until, we got done. But PB wanted me to kind of end it early.
Okay, I have. Once the show's over, I have just one question for you.
Okay, so
I have one question for both of you.
So we're gonna get going, but before we leave, everybody plug your channel. Let's start with the newest member to the panel, who's got a fucking dope ass display, Mr. Chillmonger. What do you have going on your channel?
For all you Mandalorian fans, in about 8 hours from now, I will be live streaming a discussion about the most recent episode. That's going to happen at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. And you know what? We should PB. We should add him on our Mando. What did we decide on Tuesday? Because I'm
I
off.
didn't decide on anything.
It used to be Mando Monday, which had a nice ring to it, but then I decided to get a job at a bar, so now it's got to be like Mando Tuesday.
And I did the same thing for Photon Friday, just because the superhero is called Photon, and it's
nice. Ah, that's a nice. That has a ring to it. So we might do Mando Tuesday, and maybe we can have Mr. Chillmonger come on and give us his expert opinions of the episodes. So far, I've been 50-50. I think that
holy fuck, it's taking forever. It's like,
right? I did not need the Mandalorian review. This is the way. I plug, PB plugs, you plug, and then he asks the question he wants to ask us when we're off screen.
Mr. Pop Culture PV, the Commander-in-Chief.
Yep, that's my channel, Pop Culture PV. Thank you. I appreciate
it. So go check out Pop Culture PV. He's got some great shorts. As for me, I got a shitload of content coming up.
They're very comfortable.
Review on Creed 3. I got Evil Dead coming. I did get to see a preview of the movie. I got some other great stuff coming, so check out my channel. Thank you all for watching. And as always, remember the only rule here in the Fandom Zone.
He's going to say something ridiculous.
Kneel before General Zod and Nicolas Cage.
Nobody's doing